Oh yeah, I gotta change it. I don't even know why that's even on there. I don't even know why the fuck it even say that, to be honest. It's back to the regular name, I guess. I don't know what the hell they even said that for. That's insane. But yeah, man, that system is so dope though. And the reason it's like this today, see, it's like being on the books and respected all the way around, like federally, and then not being on the books and only respected in a couple states, similar to how weed is, or marijuana and dispensary laws and shit. Some states allow it, some states don't. The feds they don't, and that's how slavery operated as a system. See, the 14th Amendment, the 13th Amendment, uh, no, excuse me, the 14th Amendment is what made it official all the way around the board. You see what I'm saying? That's what made it official all the way around the board. That's why I be trying to tell people this shit get deep. And yeah, the 13th Amendment, Section 1 and Section 2. And we can go and look up those particular laws because I can show y'all that it's the same thing. They just put it on the books. So let's look at it. Let's read it. As a matter of fact, now we'll come back to that. We're just gonna get right back to these sources. We're gonna get right back to these sources. Let's get right back to it. Somebody said about real name is Calvin, is Melvin Daquan Jenkins. Don't be telling everybody my name, gang. Don't be telling everybody my name, fam. I be trying to tell niggas my name Denzel and shit. Like, yeah, cause that seems like a cool ass nigga name. Like when you say, "Hey, my name Denzel." Hey, they got a cool ass, but when you tell them your name Melvin Daquan Jenkins, it don't really hit that hard on my mom. Y'all ass need to sit the fuck down, Mr. Jenkins. You feel what I'm saying? Back to it though. By the 18th century, the white servant class was disillusioned. The planters had squashed the laboring whites. They were the easy pawns of the planters who despised them. So the white slaves despised the planters. That's the niggas. The statues overseeing was a non-penal indentured servant in the colonial Americas. They were mere window dressing in neither status or in common law proved any obstacle of the gradual enslavement of those in the non-penal status, like indentureds. Okay. So by means of tacking on extra time to be served on the basis of fabricated or trump charges on minor offenses. So even if they couldn't get them with no real big criminal offenses, they would make up laws and names and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But look, read this right here. In Virginia, 1619 provide that if a servant willfully neglect his master commands, he shall suffer bodily punishment. When Wyatt became governor in 1621, he was ordered to see the punishment for offenses committed by white slaves would also be in terms of labor on behalf of the colonial government. Now, such labor to be performed after slave fulfilled his original period. So he will be stacked on with more time. All right. So after he fulfilled his original period of service to his masters. This is an evil practice, lengthening the time requiring that white persons term their labor in a practice when quickly resulting into the lengthening of terms, service by years, and ended in the perpetual enslavement of whites. So even though they was indentured servants on record and contracted to a particular time to get free with freedom dues, oftentimes they never responded. It was never in the plans to respect that. It was never in the plans to respect that. That's why I be needing the family to understand. Let me go to this right quick. We're gonna go to one more little source. We're gonna read right quick. Hold on. Cause we gotta see how filthy these people is. We gotta see how filthy these people is. I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all understand. Hold on. All right, this is where we want to go. All right, boom. Right here, because this is going to give you a close glimpse to how they really came into the Americas like that. Now, look, we're going to talk about Charles Darwin's uncle because his little freaky ass was involved in a lot of this shit too. So we're going to get to Charles Darwin's uncle. All right. His name was Josiah Wedgwood. We're going to talk about Josiah Wedgwood. We're going to talk about that nigga in a second. Charles Darwin's uncle, his mama's brother. His mama's brother. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to barbecue? Let me give a shout out to my sister Chickahominy Roots for being the fifth person to support the channel, family. Make sure y'all show some love to my sister Chickahominy Roots and the rest of the family for support. Man, we down. We got 5 people to support so far. All we need is 5 more. We can do it. We can get 5 more. Don't be no party pooper in the chat. That's not cool. You feel me? Don't be no party pooper in the chat, fam. Let's finish cooking up a little bit. Now look, Charles Darwin's uncle, who was a factory owner, Josiah Wedgwood, owned a business that worked white children for 5 years at 5 years of age. This nigga was a freaky individual. Do you hear me? He had a job that was hiring 5-year-olds to do the work. What job can a 5-year-old do? No. Seriously, I need y'all to answer that question. What job can a 5-year-old do accurately, efficiently? That's a real question. I'm really asking the family in the chat a question because y'all smart. What can a 5-year-old do efficiently? Sweep chimneys. Had they ass sweeping chimneys? Oh, that is pretty efficient. You could use them little motherfuckers for that. Okay, chimney sweepers. Let's see what they use them for. He worked until the age of 5 in a chemical factory. In a chemical factory, family. No, they wasn't cleaning chimneys. They were mixing chemicals, deadly poison. That's insane. Five, by the way, this is 5-year olds. 5-year old white slaves were worked in chemical factories, similar to working in a nuclear plant. They were working with lead oxide, a deadly poison. Wedgwood would acknowledge that the lead made the children very subject to disease, but worked them anyways. Damn, he didn't give a damn. Damn, Charles Darwin's uncle was a ruthless nigga. Now look, the English writer Francis Thurl estimated that at least 200,000 English children were snatched away to factories. Orphan childs, anchor babies, cabbage patch kids. Where the fuck you get 200,000 kids from, first of all? That's my first question. Fuck the slave narrative. Let me just take a question right quick. Where the fuck you get 200,000 kids from when it ain't even that many women in Europe like that at the time? And it ain't even that many people in Europe at that time, especially in Britain. Britain in 1620s, it was a slum. And that's just in factories, 200,000 just in factories. Well, let's finish reading some more, family. Let's finish reading some more. Let's read some more. All right. Hold on. I want to go up a little more right here. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I want to find a particular. I want to find a particular spot where I was at reading. So I kind of want to go right here. We're gonna read from right here. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Look, right here it says white slaves were actually owned by Negroes and Indians in the South to such extent that the Virginia Assembly passed a law in 1670 that enacted that no Negro nor Indian, though baptized and enjoy their own freedom, shall be capable of any such purchase of Christians. That's a statute of Virginia Assembly. You can go look up volume 2, page 280 to 281. That's an actual law, family. That's an actual law. Negroes and Indians own white slaves. Now look, I want y'all to peep this right here. Now look what it said. In April 1782, General Nathaniel Greene informed Washington that the British had armed and put into uniform at least 700 black niggas. The Ethiopian regiment was not the only black unit. That same spring, two members of a black British cavalry troop, about 100 strong, were killed in a skirmish with the Patriots at Dorchester, Virginia. Evacuating to Boston, the Royal Army sailed to Fairfax with a company of Negroes, free Negroes. It is possible that tens of thousands of blacks, aka slaves in the South Carolina, Georgia, went over to the British side. We know that the indigenous peoples worked with the British. And you can go and look up those references from Sidney Cowplain, and that's from the Black Presence in the Era of the American Revolution. It's a dope book. I actually got the actual hardback copy of that, which we just read a little bit out of when we was reading some of them free Negroes of heck. Remember we was talking about the surrender in 1812. So look, let's get to that. During the war 1812, the British ranks included approximately 300 armed American Negroes. Look what they call them. American Negroes, not Africans, not American Negroes, who were used in combat against the American forces. Some of these Negroes helped the British burn the damn White House in 1814. Huh? They don't tell y'all about that, huh? How them niggas was the generals and the chief and commanders of these armies, man. Negroes. Now look, it said no wonder that Frederick Douglass would declare to the white audience on Independence Day 9 years before the Civil War, "This 4th of July is yours, not mine." Because we were already here. We didn't get expatriated. You see what I'm saying? It ain't my independence. We was already free, fool. Y'all just got free. The forgotten cause of the Civil War was the was the democracy system over uh over gatekeeping its workforce in the South with no taxation. The over workforce was the indentured servants, quote unquote, where I'm classifying what we just proved, white slaves. Huh. All right. All right, so let's finish. Look, we got one very pissed off white slave in the chat. He's a descendant of a white slave who had horrible treatment and went through horrible experiences in America. So, uh, all right, let's read. Let's get into some of these political conversations about the Civil War. All right. During much of the Civil War, The political and military leaders of the Confederacy could not travel in certain parts of the Deep South without armed escorts. And you can go and get that reference from Jeffrey Rogers Hummel, The Civil War, the United States, at the War Audio Classic Series, Part 2. Now, they couldn't go in them particular places for fear of an attack from up countries. Southern whites who hated the plantocracies and the war that they saw as being the sole benefit of the expansion of the planters and for infernal Negroes. So look, when they're talking about the planters, when they're talking about these people who, these Southerns, these Southern rights who hated the plantocracy was the Negroes. Okay. Upcountry Southern whites consisted, hold on, my bad. Upcountry Southern whites oh shit, consisted in a large part of survivors and the children and the survivors of white slavery who resided in the hills, mountains, and Piedmont region of the South under frontier conditions. I'm near the Piedmont regions. I'm pretty sure some Slavics down this motherfucker too. Now look, in the antebellum 19th century South, a large number of white Southerners lived in the upcountry in the area as small farmers and herdsmen, engaged largely in mixed and substantial agriculture. Uh, Little currency circulated. Barter was a common upcountry theme. Families dressed in homespun cloth and product of spinning the wheel in a home loom. This economic order gave rise to a distinct subculture and celebrated mutually for those particular whites that had their independence. So we talking about people in the back hills of the Appalachians, people's in the back hills of Michigan, people like Rob Knox, the descendant of white slaves who got off of the Mayflower in 1619, 1609 and shit. Look, from 1609 until the early 1800s, between one half and two-thirds of all white colonists who came to the New World came as slaves. They came as slaves, not just slaves of a passenger on a Mayflower. 12 were white slaves. And you can go and read John Vander Zee book called Bond Over, and that's particularly referenced on page 93. Okay. I want to go to this part right here. This is where we want to go. And we get into the contemporary accounts. British prisoners were left, started again in Australia. Yeah, a lot of them did. And a lot of them dissolved into the southern communities because a lot of those British troops were mulattoes, anyways, with heavy Negro features. That's why they was comparing them to the other ones. All right. See, I want to get into another part because we'll read this right here from Captain Henry Brain. because this was like one of the operational systems that were going on in the Americas. This was like a triangle trade. This triangle trade that they talk about was strictly about white slaves. This is how the South became a booming industry. This is why the Union in the North rebelled against the blacks in the South, because they were the planters. They was the landowners. They had all this money, all this land, and all these resources coming in for minimum effort. You know what I'm saying? They pay a one-time fee for a bunch of slaves, and all the slaves were expendable. You could catch them like you go get, potatoes at the grocery store. They were easy to come by. Look, the operations of Captain Henry Brain were typical. In November of 1670, Captain Brain was ordered to sail from California with a consignment of timber for sale in the West Indies. And then from there, he was set to sail to London with a load of sugar purchased with the profits from the timber that he sold. And then from England, he was to sail uh in England, he would, and when he got to England, he would sell the sugar and then fill up his ship with 2 to 3 white slaves. He would sell the sugar for 2 to 300 white slaves, and then he would bring them back to the Carolinas to sell them to the Negro slaves in the Carolinas. You see what I'm saying? He was just doubling back to sell them to the Negro slaves in the Carolinas. Because whether people know that or not, uh, that's what became a big thing. The Indians and the Negroes own white slaves in the South, and particularly South and North Carolina. You see what I'm saying? And it became lucrative. So that's why they say he would go there, sell his sugar, come back with 2 or 300 white slaves. You know what I mean? To say he got 300 of them, 150 of them may last the trip, and that's good money in his pockets. He pretty much just made double the money. In the planters and the black Negro landowners and the Indian landowners make off too. So look, matter of fact, let's pull up this source right here just to show y'all. Look, the first slaves that were here in North Carolina were white people, and their masters were Indians. The first slaves that were here in North Carolina were white people. You see what I'm saying? So we know that to be the case. So when we reading about uh uh Captain Brains, Captain Bron's trip with 2 or 300 slaves to the Carolinas, as it's stated right here, then we know what's going on. So look, let's finish reading. The notion of a contract and of the legal status of a white in servitude became a friction as a result in the exigency of the occasion. And in 1623, George Sandys, the treasurer of Virginia, were forced to sell the only remaining 11 slaves of his company for the lack of provisions to support them. 7 of these white people were sold for 150 pounds of tobacco. The slave status of whites held in the colonial bondage can also be seen by studying the disposition of the estates of the wealthy whites. Whites in bondage were rated as inventory and disposed of by will and by deed alone with the rest of the property. They were brought and sold, bartered, gambled away for mortgage, weight on scales, just like farm animals, and taxed as property. We're talking about the term. You understand what I'm saying? Richard Ligon, a contemporary eyewitness to white slavery, in his 1657 book, A True and Exact History, tells of white slave, a woman who was being traded by her master for a damn pig. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, family? Do y'all understand what we're saying right now? This is the stories that they don't want you to get out. Let me stop what I'm doing real quick to come holler at the chat because we've been reading. So let me child at the chat, make sure ain't no questions in here. And let me check this, make sure we ain't hit the goal yet. No, we still ain't hit the goal. Man, come on, man. We need 5 more people to hit that support button and support the channel, man. Cash App information is pinned. But let me go to the chat to see if we got some questions. Virginia law, Europeans who ran indigenous in the capture and so more time was added there. Okay. Okay. You dropping some of the sources that we dropped. Okay. Okay. Did you locate? Just call them a Pokemon. I know that the truth hurts. Yeah, Rob Knox, it's hurting Rob right now. Y'all should have just let him stay in the chat. Cause I love to see these hillbillies crash out when somebody reading their history. See, when somebody start telling you, when you start telling the hillbilly about they slaving in America, how Negroes used to own their ancestors and trade them and sell them out for pigs and little bags of tobacco, so somebody granddaddy could smoke. We'll sell your ass for a bag of tobacco, nigga. Just so my granddaddy could smoke for the month. You niggas got sold for a granddaddy smoking habit. The heel of the billy is the Appalachians too. That's the heel of the billy. So now look, let's read. In general, oh, did we read that already? Now look, it said the white lady was traded by her master for a pig. Both the pig and the white woman were weighed on the scale. The price were set. The price were set. The price was set for the groat, a pound of hog flesh and 6 pence of women's flesh. You see what I'm saying? They were selling these white women by the flesh, like how you do cutlets at the grocery store. In general, whites were not treated with the relative dignity the term indentured servants connotes, but as a degraded chattel, part of the personal estate of the masters, and a par with the farm animals. So they was really considered like animals on the plantation. You see what I'm saying? We got to understand that. Now, look, strictly speaking, the term indentured servant should apply only to those who had bond themselves voluntary to service, but it is generally used for all classes of bond servants. This is Chitwood, and you can go and read his book, A History of Colonial America, in that particular ref. My bad. Let's get his full name. I apologize. Oliver P. Chitwood. Excuse me. Oliver P. Chitwood. And the book is A History of Colonial America. You can probably find that particular reference on page 341. Now, look, Richard B. Morrison, in Government and Labor in America, that's the book, notes that in the colonies, however, apprenticeship was merely a high specialized and favored form of bond labor. The more comprehensive Colonial Institute included all persons bond to labor for periods of years as determined either by agreement or by law. Both minors and adults and Indians and Negroes as well as whites. So we're talking about a penal system. We're talking about a penal system. Colonial institutes. When it says the more comprehensive colonial institutes, that's what we're talking about. prison or prison camps or work forms, or you see what I'm saying? That's the other term for imprisonment, which later on in the 13th Amendment it established that. Now, look, in reversal, our contemporary ideas about white indentures and black slaveries, many blacks in colonial America were often temporary bondsmen, free after a period of time. So don't let these people just go around lie to you. That means they got charged with a crime. So for a particular time, they were on, like, let's say, house arrest or in a halfway house. You see what I'm saying? They had a particular bond that they had got to pay to get them to that particular service. And after so long, they would be free to go off to do what they wanted to do. I'm talking about a real system. Now, look, let's keep reading. Peter Hancock arranged for a Negro servant named Ashay, right? Is that how to say Ashay, to serve 12 months, thenceforth to be a free person after that. Now you can go and look at Broth. Black indentured servants in the 18th century had even had an education clause in their contract, meaning they had to learn. They were wanting to learn. It was in their clause. Like education was a must amongst them. The hillbillies didn't have to learn because they was dumb as hell anyway, and they weren't going to do too good in school. But Negroes had to get that education. You understand me? Now, look, free Negro boys out as apprentices were sometimes given a benefit of an educational clause in an indentured in the indentured. Two such cases occurred in Prince and County records, one in 1719 to learn the trade of tanner, the master to teach him to read, and the other was to learn the trade of gunsmith and the master to teach him to read distinctively, the Bible distinctly. All right, so he had a gunsmith degree, a preaching degree, and he also had a tannering degree. So he pretty much went to trade school. He was in Job Corps. Newspaper of court records in South Carolina cite a free Negro fella named Johnny Holmes, lately an indentured servant with Nichols Trout, and a Negro man commonly called Jack Cutler. He is a free Negro, having faithfully served out his time with me for 4 years, according to the contract agreed upon. Well, according to the contract agreed upon. So we're not. So when you're reading about these, they like to misuse these particular terms. We're talking about apprenticeship programs, mastering, getting out of there with a skill in a trade. The white servant wasn't allowed to learn a trade. They didn't even start learning trades until they got out of official Southern antebellum slavery in 1865. White people didn't learn no skills of trades until 1865 when they got out of slavery after the Emancipation Proclamation. I wish we had some people that was in here listening. Y'all be dropping fire emoji because I feel like I'm cooking right now. I feel like I'm breaking down all the lies that they ever told you about history, and I'm giving it to the proper position in history. Right when they told you you came from Africa and that you was the Guinea man and that you came here in 1619, I'm literally showing you Virginia Assembly records that show them there. Actual court records that made laws that were we couldn't own them no more. There's no law on the record that made black people slaves, but I can show you laws that made white people slaves. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I can show you laws on the record that made white people slaves, but there's no laws on the record that made black people slaves. Y'all ain't listening to me. All we need is 5 more of the family to support the channel, man. Let's get 5 more of the family to support the channel. Cash App information in the chat. All we need is 5. Damn, dude, do we gotta even do that to get the 5? Y'all bogus as hell tonight. Y'all bogus as hell. Let's continue a little bit. This is positively misleading at the bare minimum. Hundreds of thousands of white slaves were kidnapped off the streets and the roads of Great Britain in the course of more than 150 years and then sold to captains of slave ships in London known as white Guinea men. The niggas who was on the ships buying these little white slaves were called white Guinea men. Did y'all know that? Let's move down. Let's move down to this part. Okay. Now look, one of the earliest advocates of enslavement of indigent whites for labor in New Britannia was Elizabeth Preacher, a geographer, Richard Hakalut, who advised the crown that poor whites should be condemned for certain years in the western parts, meaning the New World. Where they will be raised again and do the country good service by performing such useful chores as felling timber, mining precious minerals, and raising sugar canes. Richard Hakalut, a discourse concerning Western planning in Diane edition. That's on page 37. And also from A. Rogers Eric books, Bound for America, page 7. Hakalut was among the first to label the new British poor criminals. That's what made them slaves legally in America, and to urge their utilization as slave labor in America, the process which would later become known as the euphemism transportation. You can go and look up A.L. Rouse, the Elizabethans in America. Okay, we're talking about a penal system. Let's continue reading. Confronted with the labor shortages typically in the early America, the colony of New York petitioned for white slaves from England in 1693. And the Quakers of Philadelphia also sought for them. And you can go and look up the book Shaw, and that's on page 32 and page 34. Okay, let's go down to this particular part right here. So we're going to get into this and show how this is a penal system and how they did it under trickery, under the discourse of law. And they understand that ignorance is not an excuse, so they just didn't inform one. So we're about to cook a little bit. But before we get into this next section, I do need y'all to hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. Let's get 5 to hit the go. We'll be right back in just a second. Let's go.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. But on the ladder and came at Skype. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. But bite on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun on my lap, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga on the stones on my ice. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. Roll on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a hymen. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on a ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. Don't know song, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. 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 They be the finest.
All right. Let's get it right back into some more of this heat, man. You already know the vibes, man. Let's go. All right. The justifications for white slavery arose in law determined by penal codes. In other words, white slavery was permitted and perpetuated on the claim that all who were thus enslaved were criminals. Do you understand that? That's how they made you a slave. That's why the 13th Amendment said that slavery is abolished except for. You see what I'm saying? That's why it says that. That's why the 13th Amendment says what it says. As a matter of fact, we're going to come right back to this because I'm going to make it make sense right now. We're going to go to the 13th Amendment. Let's read. The 13th Amendment was passed in Congress on January 31st, 1865, and it ratified later that the year following of the Civil War, it was designated to permanently abolish slavery, which had persisted in the United States. It didn't abolish it, it made it legal on the books. The United States, despite the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which only freed slaves in Confederate states still in rebellion, did not apply to the border states loyal to the Union. Now look, President Abraham Lincoln actively supported the amendment, ensuring its inclusion in the Republican Party platform and the lobbying Congress for its passage. So now let's get into the actual amendment. Right? We can get into the actual amendment. We're going to go to Cornell University and we're going to read the actual 13th Amendment. Okay, let's get into it. First sections, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude is legal except for, they can't say something is done when they put except as a punishment for a crime. Therefore, the party shall have been duly convicted. Y'all shall exist in the United States or any other place subject to the jurisdiction. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So in order, what that means is if you are charged with a crime and you got to go be punished for that crime, you're going to be a slave. That's making you a slave. And like we just read right here in this book, the justifications in law determined was by the penal codes. In other words, they were prohibited to perpetuate that this claim was thus for criminals. That's what would make you a slave in America if you was a criminal. So but listen, back then they didn't have to have no proof of this claim. See, only difference is you got to be convicted upon 12 jurors or judges' approval. That's the only difference. It's the same system, family. because this fact was one enslavement provides the fact that one's criminality. History of white slaves in the New World can be found within the history of the enforcement of the penal codes of Britain and America. The convicts, once in America, encountered widespread exploitation. Tobacco planters felt few qualms about putting newborn Englishmen to hard labor, or if need be, shackling them in chains. Neither the status of convicts as servants nor the living conditions were although different from those of slaves. Opportunities of achieving a settled social life were arguably worse. You can go look up Eric, the book Eric. That's page 3 and page 4. The punctilious gentleman disdained that English should be slaves on English land. The correspondent in the Gentleman's Magazine pointed out and rather chose America as the theater of our shame, meaning the Americas was the place that they enslaved them at. So we're talking about a penal system, just like today. So you ain't gotta deny slavery because it later on as things changed, the United States became the United States, the federal constitutions borrowed the whole entire constitutions, other state constitutions became weaker. We got wrapped up in the system. That means you could have became a slave, not brought from Africa, but someone who was deemed a criminal and now have to serve out its punishment. So that's what I'm saying. Just because you read in slavery, maybe on some of your family records, doesn't mean that they were the typical slave in conventional mainstream history. It could be totally different. You feel what I'm saying? Now, look, I want y'all to listen to this right quick. Let me take a sip of my water right quick. Let's see if we hit the goal. All we need is 5 more people to support now. Let me go to the, let's see if we hit the goal. Hell no, we still at 4. We still at 5. All right, all right, all right. Slaves were made poor white criminals who had poached a deer, stolen a loaf of bread, or had been convicted of destroying shrubbery in the aristocrat's garden. In 1655, 4 teenagers were whipped through the streets of Edinburgh, Scotland, burned behind the ears, and in Barbados into slavery into the colonies for interrupting a ministry. James Scott, while he was preaching in church. Damn, they sent that nigga to slavery for interrupting the preacher at church. Come on, man. That's doing them dirty. That's doing them dirty. That's doing them dirty. Let's read this right quick. Cause they be sleeping on this. We're gonna break this white slavery shit down. Hope y'all ain't got nowhere to go. I hope you ain't got. Matter of fact, let me drop the link. I said I was going to drop the link. I've been going in. I'm 2 hours in, just cooking. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. You know what I mean? That's the least. Let me drop the link. Let's get some questions. Let's get some questions from the family. Let's see if y'all ready to go. Let's go. Don't get scared now. You know what I'm saying? Take it. Don't get scared now. What's going on, Sister Bethy?
Oh, nothing. I'm sitting in the bushes while you finish on the white slaves, but I still want to drop some Jews to smack some of these in denial niggas that be trying to sneak in a fucking African in the face.
Who
So
be trying to sneak an African in? Talk to us about it.
motherfuckers in here keep trying to sneak in the Mongoloid shit and the African shit. And I'm just
Who?
gonna keep
Call them
bumping
out. Don't
their ass.
say some. Don't say some. Call these niggas out because I'm tired of this shit.
Well, when we go on Smoke Channel at night, they know who the fuck they are. I ain't even got to say it, but I'm just gonna keep smacking them in the face and people like
Oh, that
Rob.
got to be Wild Savage or some shit like
And
that.
and I'm not saying no names, but I will say Rob's name too, because I love smacking him in the face. Every shit I get, I like to burn their asses. And I'm
Yeah.
if you know, I wait and see if you have time for me to do a share screen and read a little something, give you a break, or I could wait until Smoke go live.
Yeah, go ahead. We got a couple people on the panel with us, so go ahead. You can open up the.
Oh well,
You can share what you want to share.
but it's not about white slavery.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna do a part two, breaking down the entire system. I think I did enough. I did 2 hours worth of teaching today.
So
So
you don't want to let anybody else that's on the panel talk because they came up. I don't want to.
yeah, absolutely,
Go ahead.
absolutely.
I could wait.
Well, absolutely, Sister Betty.
Bang, 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 team. Good day, good people. Bang, bang, balance.
Peace and love, absolutely.
I got a question for you, Bap. I do want to know, seeing that you see that vision of how the actual pale skin got here, now, wouldn't you say that we were the ones also going over there to get those guys and bring them back as well?
Well, you were already over there. You just had a different title. So you have the American Negroes or the planter aristocrats, and then you have the Brits, in this case, who were Americans who established Britain. And then you had white people that were already out there in the areas at certain times. Like I said, you had white slave buyers and ship owners by the name of white guinea men, and they was like the third party, pretty much the slave trade greyhound. You know what I'm saying?
So a guinea man is like a ship, right?
Yeah, like a nigga who's driving the ship, like a greyhound. You feel what I'm saying? Like
So
the
the
nigga who
guinea
drives.
man would have been the men of Guinea, right?
Yeah, but they refer to them as white guinea men. I need you to know that white
So
guinea.
and the Guinea man would have came from Africa and the Spice Islands.
Well, I don't know. I believe Guinea is connected to Africa. I'm not really for sure what white guinea man mean.
Well, Guinea man is like a ship type. It's like that's the type of ship it was. When they're saying Guinea men or Indian men or something like that, like man in the ship. So that's the name of that's the type of ship build it was. Like the shipwrights built that type of ship or boat.
Yeah. It was someone who was involved in the ship slave trade or the triangle trade. You see what I'm saying? Because often the Guinea men that would be the last stage. You know what I'm saying that they go through is getting the white slaves. The first they would go to America, get some timber. They would go to England, sell the timber for sugar. Then take the sugar you go to Britain and sell the timber. Go and then get some sugar in England. Take the sugar that they got from Britain to England, and then from England they'll pick up 200 or 300 slaves and double them back to Americas and sell them. That's in the early 1600s. We talking about
No,
like
I'm with you on your whole spiel today. I'm riding with you, shotgun on this one, bro, with my weapon hanging out the window, ready to aim, fire, and shoot. So yeah, you went in on this. Just
and
reading what you
I'm
read.
not saying this. This is what literature and other sources is saying. I'm not making this up at all. This is not my theory.
No, I like that you came straight from other people's writing of those guys giving critical analysis of what actually took place. So and then in turn, I'm working on a reverse history as well seeing that as if like these guys did not come over here with these French languages, these Spanish languages, if they were coming over here as young indentures, not even knowing a language as of yet. So when you say British, you're talking about they were slaves of the real Brits. So you were British if you learned the British language, which was the universal maritime language of the Americans.
Mhm.
So that would mean that we went over there to get these people and bring them back. And we set up posts once we got there. So you're doing the lineage of really when they got corn and tobacco. That's when you see we actually set up those posts and start building those castles out there.
Yeah, that would have happened like circa 1300s, circa 1200, maybe even
Seven
probably.
Eleven. I would
Yeah,
say 7-Eleven when they
yeah,
say the
man.
Moors got there.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's a whole nother topic though. That's a whole nother topic. Just
Right.
establishing the American presence in rural woodland Britain and woodland island England and all those Channel Islands and break down that whole process from Tuscan to Carthaginian and all these particular terms that our people endure throughout particular areas. I mean eras in that particular era. You feel what I'm
Can we talk
saying?
about it? Can we talk about it? Because I'm working on some reverse history
I
right
got
now.
a
So you
whole
right
bill.
on it.
I got a whole bill set up for this, which is, I don't want to get into too deep because I want to do
Okay,
it just.
okay, okay.
I don't
But
like the
hardcore
short.
today.
I don't like the short change. I like to get straight into it like this. Line up the sources. Wham, 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 wham. You feel me? It's what it is.
Yeah, like today, man. You wham some shit today. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. We listening. Bang bang.
All right, we got OTK in the building with us, man. What's the good old big deal with the OG?
Man, what's good with you, Cuzzo? Man, beautiful show today, bro. Beautiful show today. You feel me? I wish you had dropped the link so I could have came up, boy, because I wanted to read a lot of that shit, boy, with you. I ain't gonna lie to you, just so I could have had a better understanding, because that was some fire. You know me. I like to read, bro, and I like info. So, man, good job. Um, Definitely it was something that was needed. And I'm glad people like Slob Notches and all of them boys, was in the bushes looking also. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Cheapness Bethany. You know what I'm talking about? One and only. Shout
Hey,
out to
what's
my
good,
brother up
brother?
here too, man. Y'all, all love, man. Hope all is well with y'all. Yeah, Bat.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
this was
Appreciate it.
beautiful, Bat.
Yes, it
Real beautiful,
was.
Bat.
Yes, it
Appreciate
was.
it. I definitely appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Make sure y'all smack that like button. Support the channel. Share the live stream. Let's keep it going. But Sister Bethy, what was you wanting to show us?
Okay, so let me get a share screen so I can bust up some asses and rile up some niggas. I'm gonna do the share screen right now, but
Yeah,
nephew.
you said niggas trying to incorporate Mongoloids and Africans into the
Yo,
American
listen,
diaspora.
I'm not playing with these motherfuckers.
Man, we gotta
And
call these buffoons out.
yeah. So here we
If
go.
you the real Mongoloid and African smuggler, hold your hand up in the chat.
You a Harvard and a
Uh,
Mongoloid. So,
no, I'm just
Word.
getting. I just get tired of people trying to put Mongoloids in the South. The South was predominantly niggas, and I don't give a damn what nobody say. Back in the 1830s, niggas ran the South wholeheartedly. I don't care, and I mean that
Facts.
shit from my soul. There was no,
Big
I'm
facts.
telling you, there wasn't even no Puerto Ricans like that. And none of I love Puerto Ricans. Don't get it twisted, but they wasn't down south. So I asked who the fuck was Andrew Jackson talking to when he um asked them to give up their lands, for in the east for lands in the west. So they
What
was
year?
1830, baby. And I want
Okay.
to read all this back, and
Yeah.
then after, let them ask me questions so they can hear it all. Because people like to cut you off and fuck up what I'm trying to explain to the chat. Do you mind, nephew?
Go ahead, cook.
All right. So Andrew Jack's sister, this is
Well,
spawned back.
as I'm up here.
And the sources are here and at the bottom. Andrew Jackson was speaking to all the major Indian nations living east of the Mississippi River. But in practical, immediate terms, he was targeting 5 specific nations. Below is the historically correct source grounded list. The Indians Jackson was telling to give up their eastern lands. Cherokee, okay, lived in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Alabama. Targeted by Georgia's state laws and the 1835 Treaty of Ichata, ultimately forced west on the Trail of Tears. That's in the National Archives. The Creek Muskogee Nation, them niggas, lived in Alabama and Georgia. These are the people he was talking to. Pressured through fraudulent treaties and land seizures. Removed west after 1832 Treaty of Cusseta. Choctaw Nation lived in Mississippi and Alabama, first to be removed under the 1830 Treaty of Dancing Rabbit Creek. Their removal began immediately after the act. Okay, these are the sources, but there's even major sources at the bottom. Chickasaw Nation lived in northern Mississippi and western Tennessee, removed after the 1830 Treaty of Pontotoc Creek. Seminole Nation lived in Florida, resisted removal, leading to the Seminole Wars. In total, at least 18 tribes, but these 5 were primary targets. More than 60,000 Indians at east, 18 tribes forced west under Jackson and Van Buren. But the core group Jackson meant when he spoke of the Indians who must give up their eastern lands were the Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Seminole, the nations occupying the southeastern states Jackson wanted cleared for white settlement and slavery expansion. Now, and then I went into asking, but the funny part and most important part you don't mention is the majority of the Indians stayed and were forced into the United States system because they refused to leave. It is right, sister. Yes, this is the part the textbooks hide on purpose. I'm not writing this shit. And you're absolutely right. The majority of the Indians in the East did not leave. And because they refused to leave, the states forced them into the United States racial system. Exactly what happened to your ancestors. Now, let me break it out clean, structured, and historically precise. The part they never teach. Most Eastern Indians did not remove. They stayed. When Jackson talked about removal, he was speaking to the sovereign tribal governments, Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Seminole, and others. But the majority of the indigenous people living in the East were not under those governments anymore by 1830. Why? Because many Eastern tribes had already been broken up by state laws before 1830. States like Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi had already abolished tribal governments, outlawed the legal category Indian, forced indigenous people into the racial caste system, reclassified them as free persons of color, mulatto, colored, Negro, musty, mesty, mixed blood, etc. These people were still Indian by ancestry, culture, and community, but the state refused to recognize them as Indian. They were not counted as Indian on census or legal documents because the state made Indian illegal. Those people could not be removed because the U.S. no longer recognized them as Indians. This is the core truth. If the state erased your legal identity as Indian, the federal government did not treat you as part of a tribe eligible for removal. So they stayed, not because they were safe, but because the state had already absorbed them. This is paper genocide, not disappearance. The majority of the indigenous people in the East stayed because they refused to leave their land. They stayed in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Delaware, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida. These communities became Lumbee, Nanticoke, Powhatan descendant groups, Catawba affiliated groups, Waccamaw, Houma Creek communities who refused removal, Cherokee who refused removal, free Indian settlements labeled colored, and hundreds of smaller local Indian communities whose names were erased by state law. The truth, Jackson's removal only applied to tribes the federal government still recognized as sovereign nations. But most Eastern Indians were no longer recognized as tribes because the states had already dissolved their governments, seized their land, reclassified them racially, forced them into state citizenship without rights. Now listen to that, without rights. Listen, and I'm going to come back to that. So they were not removed. They were absorbed. This is why your ancestors, and I'm talking to y'all, were indigenous, lived in indigenous communities, practiced indigenous culture, but were labeled colored, mulatto, free persons of color, etc., and denied the right to identity as Indian until the 20th century. This is exactly why you've been saying the historical record supports it. Reality, the U.S. wanted the land, not the people. So the government removed the recognized nations. But the majority of the indigenous people in the East were already under state law, already stripped of tribal status, already reclassified, already absorbed into the racial caste system. So they stayed and suffered 200 years of erasure. So now, I wanted to know which states abolished that category Indian and when. And it tells me, here is the clean, historical, accurate answer based on what is actually documented in state statutes, constitutional revisions, and census law. No state level source in the search results directly lists this, so I'm giving you the verified historical record that scholars use. This is the real list of states that abolished Indian as a legal category within the approximate dates when each state did it. States that abolished the legal category Indian: Virginia, 1705 to 1924. Okay. North Carolina, 1835 in the 1850s. South Carolina, 1790s to 1865. Georgia, 1802 to 1830. Alabama, 1830s. Mississippi, 1830s. Tennessee, 1830s. Remaining Cherokees, mixed Indian communities were reclassified as free colored persons of color, mulatto, musty. The Mississippi Choctaw appeared as color until the 20th century. Reclassified remaining, I should have read this to y'all. Dissolved the Choctaw legal identity, reclassified the remaining Choctaws as free color, removed Indian from the state legal categories. This is why Mississippi Choctaw appear as colored under the 20th century. Alabama abolished tribal governments, reclassify all Indians as free persons of color. And that's what's on the fucking census sheet. Goddamn you, goddamn, not a coincidence. Banned the legal use of Indian in county records. By 1840, Alabama census records show almost no Indians, despite the large Creek descendant populations, goddamn it. And Georgia, 1802 to 1830. the 1802 Compact with the U.S., the 1827 Georgia Constitution, the 1830 Indian laws, which criminalized Cherokee government. By 1830, declared there are no Indians in Georgia. This was a legal fiction used to seize Cherokee land. South Carolina. South Carolina eliminated Indian as a legal category in stages. By 1790, state tax and legal records no longer recognized Indians. By early 1800s, Indians were classified as free persons of color. By 1860, the census listed 0 Indians in South Carolina. Not a coincidence. This is why South Carolina tribes, Catawba, affiliate, PD, Waccamaw, etc., appeared as colored in the 19th century records. I just keep on going back down. Delaware. Delaware eliminated Indian as legal category early, 1790s to the 1850s. Lenape and Nantio communities were recorded as mulatto, colored, free colored. Boing, boing, bang. Maryland, 1790 to 1850. Maryland phased out Indian in legal records by the early 1800s. Nanticoke, Piscataway, and other tribes were reclassified as free colored and mulattoes. Kentucky, 1790s to 1850s. Kentucky never recognized Indians as a legal category after statehood, 1792. By the 1800s, all indigenous families were classified as mulatto, colored, free persons of color. And you can't do this to nobody but niggas. I get an amen. So then here's the summary table listing the states, right? And when the Indian was abolished, okay, your ass became colored, Negro, mulatto, free persons of color. What Indians were reclassified, and it tells you what Indians were reclassified as. So when you're looking at that goddamn census, even the slave one, and you see colored, mulatto, free persons of color, colored, mulatto, no legal category treated as colored, free persons of color, colored, mulatto, musty, free mulatto colored, free colored, mulatto colored. Honey, you can only do that to a nigga. And these same people today, which I discussed, and wait a minute, here's the primary legal sources. All right. The primary legal sources are the state laws and the local state constitutions. And it gives you them all here. These are all the sources, baby. So I don't fuck around with no bullshit primary sources. So when I say that you see colored, Negro, mulatto, your family was an Indian. You did not come here from no goddamn Africa and your family and they labeled them as colored. Oh, hell no. We won't go there. And so that's all I want to say. Those are the Jews I want to drop. I don't know how much it's going to take you to understand what the individual states did to your ancestors and mine. You
right. So
you were Indian, you became
of
color. Ain't no white people walking around here identified as colored, just niggers. And guess what? In 1963, Martin Luther King was still right. And you know they didn't have no rights. That's why in 1963, Martin Luther King said, we coming for our check, because they reneged. They didn't have no rights.
Let me add on to.
But there it is.
Prisoners
there
on
it
our
is.
own land. There it is.
The following year, they took a census.
So there it is. I'm done. And I'm going to read it on Smoke.
Yeah, heard me.
Too. But y'all got it.
Yeah, Bap, go ahead, Cook. We hear you. Hey, good job, Sister Bethany. That was beautiful. Go ahead, Bap.
Turn my mic up. All right. So yeah, just to piggyback off what Sister Betty said, following the 1830. In 1830, a lot of the indigenous people were classified as Negro. Upon the census and administrative records in North Carolina, it started listing the head of households. And everyone in North Carolina counties, especially seeing Robeson County, were Negro head of household. That means they were landowners. And here go a list of the names of all the Negro head of household landowners in 1830. Okay. And we're going to name off a couple counties. So this one is in district number 5, district number 5, district number 7, district number 8, and all of this is in Hanover County. You got Hampton County, you got Onslow County, Orange County, more free Negroes a household. Every name on this list is a Negro. Every one of them.
So
Formerly Indians, right, Bap?
so what
These are
so what
indigenous
slaves was they
aboriginals.
freeing with the war?
Boom.
Right. So what slaves was they freeing, bro? The white slaves doing the war? That's
Prisoners.
what the whole war was about. They didn't like the South having white slaves. They didn't
There
like
it
that up
is.
north. They didn't
There
like
it
that.
is.
Big fact. And then in the South considered
Well,
Virginia,
you gotta
Maryland, North
you got
Tennessee, yeah. All that
you got to
considered.
realize a lot of Negroes in 1861 and 1863 were being captured up and imprisoned by the Union Army. So
Yep.
after 1865, they were free. They was considered free from
Yep.
slavery.
That's
So
right.
Yeah.
they were war criminals, war soldiers.
That's right, Bap.
Yeah. They was war criminals. They definitely.
So look, Story
A lot of
County,
them didn't even get
Rowan
free, bro.
County,
A lot of them didn't even get free. A lot of them got caught up by the system and never was heard from again.
Warren County, North Carolina, Wayne County, North Carolina, Wilkins County, North Carolina, Washington County, North Carolina, Adams County, North Carolina. All Negro head of households that we're seeing. Some people only had a few, like Athens County only had one person, John Flowers.
Mm. That's some shit, ain't it, Bap?
Yep.
What's that column right there, Bap?
In other words, we can.
Say what?
What's that column? 55 to 100. Is that the age?
Okay.
Oh yeah, the age, the
And the
age.
people that live in the household is the last
Yep.
one, like number two.
Right.
Okay,
Yep. And the people of the household. Yep.
that's what's up. So
So
I feel
Hey,
good when I
so
see.
in other words, can we say that this is how these Europeans started getting our last names because they started inheriting the last name of their slave owner who was us?
Hello.
yeah, that's how they got their
Okay.
last names for sure.
That's how they get to be on the Dawes rolls and the $5 Indians and Indians. You know what I mean? That's these
Except they
people.
spelled
And
they.
also back what you read. Go ahead. My bad.
Now go ahead, brother. My bad.
Yeah, and I was like saying also what you read too earlier. That's like the beginning of the Ku Klux Klan to me, bro. Cause it was they own people getting enslaved and they didn't like that. And them boys was like, you know what? We gotta rebel. We gotta flip this scenario. You know what I mean? And this is where your organizations come at with them hillbillies, the pure Aryans, what they call themselves, they pure bloodlines. They think they different than other white people, or what they would call white people, or Europe. They don't just as but you yourself that deep into man, all cooking, man, y'all higher, man. But yeah, Bap, that it's crazy though.
Hey, Bap.
Yeah.
What say
Look,
now?
this is in
What can they
Pennsylvania.
say
These
now?
are all the free Negroes in the entire United States in 1830. So now we're in Pennsylvania. We can go through Tennessee. We're gonna go through all these. There's so much on it in this book. This book is like 600 pages, nothing but free Negroes. in the history of free Negroes, the circumstances, the
Yeah.
mislabeling, the mischarging them as criminals, all that shit, the perseverance during the legal system, and how before 1790, black people at the height of slavery were often trialed and held court in the same places that whites and other minorities went to. So it gets deep when you start reading this book. It goes into a lot of rich history.
Mhm. That's the shit. But I'm gonna tell you something. When people doing their genealogy and you see colored, Negro, mulatto, take a fucking bow. You just learned what your individual state did to you. And I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. You were reclassified. They did not acknowledge you as an
Yeah,
Indian.
you got dumb niggas talking about I ain't black, I ain't this. Well, you ain't no damn Indian no more. They changed your shit from something. Which one was it, nigga?
And there's only a specific population of people that they did that to. Us.
Yeah,
Nobody else.
like milestone thoughts. Bring your ass up here.
Ain't no white people with Negro, colored, and mulatto on their damn birth certificates. That's us.
And you notice that book, ain't no mongoloids you gonna find in that book. Ain't no damn mongoloids in them damn areas.
Yeah.
Ain't no mongoloid communities in your neighborhoods in the southeast
We
or
not
in the
even
northeast.
right, and we
Big
not even
facts.
gonna play no
Nigga,
Hollywood
even
Indians,
you
man.
can go to the most Cherokee country you ever read about in the South. You ain't gonna find no mongoloids. You go to the most Lumbee area that you can find. You ain't gonna find no motherfucking Asians. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with the Petey, same thing with the Tuscarora and all the rest of them. I'm a Yuchi man. I'm a Yuchi. You know what that is?
Oh, you a Uchi? Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what the
I'm a
Uchi
Yuchi
is.
Indian, my nigga.
Damn, so your peoples them came from the south and came up the Congaree River up there to where you at now. Damn, that's what's
Some
up.
of them was already
Yeah, the
there.
Uchi.
See, you got to realize the
Yeah.
earlier Brits went all the way out to Texas and went out to South Carolina, went out to
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
went,
Yep.
but some of them went real far, like to Mexico. You see, my peoples are a part of the mound builder civilization, Mississippian culture.
Yeah. They call it the Mississippian culture.
They
At another
Aboriginal
time, it
niggas.
was the Creek. Yes, they are.
These are what you
Yes,
would
they are.
classify as American Negroes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, they've been some rowdy motherfuckers too. Now. We see them in history causing ruckus too, boy. Them Uchi. Well, they spelt with a Y, but we call it Uchi because the Y is silent. But yeah,
See,
them been some. Hey, listen, them boys been warrior wise now. Them boys was warriors.
Yeah, the
Definitely
Uchi, the
see them in
Uchi or the
history.
Uchi, the Uchi or
All
the
right.
Uchi, they linked up with another loose affiliate because they wasn't really repping none of that Anawahi and Cherokee shit. They was in a community called the Chihowie, right? Y'all probably never heard of it because that's one of the real ones that they try to bury. I'm from the Chihowie area. You got to go and look up the Chihowie community with the Chickamauga and the Uchi. I grew up
Where
in the
they at,
Chihowie.
man?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly
Where's
what
that
you're
at?
talking about.
Mississippi back or
see,
Nah, that's in
hey,
the
boy,
Eastern
now I know you
Woodlands.
really doing genealogy.
It's
Yeah,
the
The
Eastern
where?
Woodlands.
Eastern Woodland. Oh.
Well, nah, that ain't in my
So
genealogy. That ain't in my genealogy.
So how you find that?
Shit, because I lived in the area, nigga, and my ancestors been
All
there.
right then. So if you lived in the area and your family them already be there, then it gotta be in your genealogy, bro. You just might
Yeah, it
ain't
is.
seen it yet.
Shit.
Well, like some of the stuff I told you about was just additional history. It wasn't in my genealogy, but
Shit.
yeah,
Beth
those
got a
particular
powerful
books.
genealogy last name. Powerful.
But see, the thing is though,
Man, you gotta hear the rest of the three.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
see, I
thing
got
is
like
though, bruh,
really most
Right.
people think when you go back to your grandparents, you got 4 last names. You really got 6 last names because most of your grandparents have maiden names.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Before they got their
Big
married
facts.
names, which is what you
All the
attach
women.
to.
All
So
the women.
with
Yeah.
all
Really
the women.
got
So
8.
that's why I say instead of 4,
yeah.
it's 6 names that you really got to look for. See, people don't
Shit,
understand
I
that.
think it's 8, Bab. I think it's 8.
Well, most of
I
the
think it
time,
grows every 4. Every generation is 4, 4, 4.
no.
So every
What,
year
what
you
I'm
go back, you know what I
what
mean?
I'm saying is,
I
if
think
you
it's
go back
4.
one generation, there's 4
Mm-hmm.
names that you're looking at.
Right,
But in
right,
retrospect,
right.
it's 6 names that you're looking for. Do you understand what I'm
Correct.
saying? Because most of the
Women,
women have maiden names. That's the
all of the
key. A lot
women.
of people don't realize that when they're doing their genealogy.
Right. Big facts, big facts, big
And
facts.
another
I
thing, when
agree.
they're doing their genealogy, to find the mother, you have to go by her maiden name if you're trying to find her as a little girl to get her on the
You gotta
census.
go by the maiden name. You can't go by the name that she got when she was married when
You
she
got
was
to go.
16.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or when she was 21, you gotta get the maiden name, what her
Yeah.
mother's
Get their
name
maiden
was.
name so you
So
can find her
Yeah.
when you was a
And
little
because
baby.
when
shout out the
people
grandmama, them
when
boys.
people use the other name, because people might not even know their grandmama even had a maiden name. They might think that is the maiden name and go by that, and now they on somebody else's tree, but they think it's theirs. I've
Right,
seen that so many
right,
times.
Mm.
right, right. Shout out the grandmama for keeping the middle her first last name as a middle initial, because they didn't have nicknames back in you know what I mean, in the early days. So that
They had
middle
nicknames. They
initial
had little
was
Oh
nicknames.
their
God,
original
we
last
They
name.
they had
that's our
nicknames.
culture. Nicknames.
They had
No,
nicknames
I
like
ain't
a
say
motherfucker.
nicknames. I said middle names. Hold up. I said
Oh,
middle
middle
names.
names.
Well,
Yes,
Yes,
you
we
middle
might not
did.
names.
know. Well, the thing
No,
is, you
the
might
middle
not know
name
it's the
was their
middle.
original
You might
bloodline.
not
Sister
know.
Betty. Yeah.
Well, this the thing, OTK. You might not know that it's the middle
Ooh.
name because it's attached with a
Mm,
hyphen, as if it's a separate part of the
Like
first
Betty
name,
Ann, Lula
like
Mae,
Betty
what you
Ann
talking about?
or
oh,
Mary Lee. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Ann
yeah,
and
yeah,
Lee is
yeah.
the middle name. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
But see, that didn't start until my mom, like the 1950s. But my grandmama, them boys didn't have like they had like Julia May, but that was their first name. So they middle
My great
initial. What
grandmama,
I
my
found
great
out, hold
grandmama
on, check it
name.
right. Go ahead. Oh,
No, my
shout out
great
to grandma.
grandmama name was Maddie Mae Waters, and I believe
Right.
May would be considered the middle name, I guess.
Yes. And sometimes they
Right.
didn't
But see,
call her Maddie, they would
May
probably
is like
call her
a
May. I'm going
nickname.
over May house. They
Yeah,
would
May is
use
like a
that middle name.
nickname for mother. If y'all look up why the Indians use May, it was like another name for mama. So that person who had the name May in the family, they was like the mama of the family. Cause my mom name got May. My mom named Ola May. You know what I
But
mean?
just
So
like
Well,
but what
Betty
I'm
Ann.
saying is when
I just think I just think
when
it
I
was
look
a
at my
cultural
grandmama
thing.
history, she didn't have no middle name. So what she did is she had a middle initial, right? So when I'm looking, I'm like, yo, why grandmama got this middle initial? Grandmama didn't have no middle name.
Shit,
Come to
and
find
then
out,
grandmama,
that was her first initial bloodline before
my
she
other
got
great
married.
grandmama name was Dora Lee, Dora Lee Upton. You understand
Dora
what I'm
Lee.
saying? So
Yeah.
Lee, Upton, May, and these are like middle names. These are not titles because you will find somebody that'll
Okay.
use that same middle name as a first name. There's people named
Lola.
first name May, first name
Yeah,
Lee,
I think that.
first name Ann.
Yeah.
So we
What?
know that those are
I
not
got you.
nicknames.
Yeah, they mean,
One of
and
my
like
What
grandma's
I'm
even
name was
telling
like
you,
Eula.
Bap, is where I'm from in South Carolina. Where I'm from, we didn't. My grandmama, them boys didn't have middle names. They used their original last names as their middle initial. You understand? I didn't find that out until later. So I was agreeing with you with that. Like when you go look at these headstones, like they kept their maiden last names back then. When my mom came about, my mom had a middle name. And they wouldn't keep their original last names. They just changed their name once they got married. So that's just how time was. My mom was born in the 50s, 1950s. So
in some
that's just how
instances,
time
'cause my
changed. And I'm
family
talking
from the
about
south.
my area. I'm talking about my
Yeah.
area where I'm from.
Yeah, but your
Yeah.
area ain't exclusive to how names work because I'm pretty sure I can go and look up right now in this book that I got that probably goes into South Carolina, and I can find people in 1830 with middle names right now,
Mm-hmm.
just like I was showing you on the screen. People with
That's a
middle
fact.
names,
All right.
That
Negro.
my
Hold
family
on,
from
I just
South
showed you on. Hold
Carolina.
on, I just showed you on the
Yeah.
screen thousands of Negroes' names, and most of them had middle names, brother. In 1830.
Listen,
That's a fact.
I don't disagree with that, bro. I don't disagree with that. I didn't never disagree. But what I'm saying is sometimes what we think these middle initials are is really they other bloodline that they keep in
Yeah,
at certain
I
points.
seen that too. Their middle
Word, that's what
initial,
I'm saying. They keep
it's
their
their other
maiden last name.
maiden last name. They'll use
Right,
their
because
initial.
woman's last name change. So you will see a woman some back in the day, you will see them that middle initial might be their original last name. That's all I'm telling people. That's how
That's
we
on
do
census.
genealogy too.
That's on some census sheets.
Yes,
Yeah, and you
yes,
know
it
what?
is. Yes, it is.
The names like it, because my family from South Carolina, and when you hear like Betty Jean, they will not call her Betty. They okay. I'm going out Jean house. They would
Right.
interchangeably use their names, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
on the census sheet they'll have a list of that Jean instead of Betty.
Right.
Right.
That's yep.
Right. Right.
It all
That's why I
goes
say,
on
boy,
what they called
genealogy
her.
is really tedious, boy.
You gotta
That
be
shit
real
is tedious.
careful.
You got to be very careful. Very careful. And they also didn't use 1, 2, or 3 or senior or junior back then. So you could have had kids and all your kids them got your same name. Just say George Foreman, for instance. He got all his kids, George Foreman 1, 2, or 3. Back in the day, they all their name would have just been George Foreman. It wouldn't have been
Or
no
some of
1,
them
2,
was
or
just
3.
junior. Some of them was just
Yeah,
junior.
but they wouldn't even have had junior until a certain time.
All right, Virginia. Oh,
You
that's
understand
strong.
what I'm saying? On the paperwork.
Every woman
We
had a
might call
junior.
him junior in the
So
hood.
every woman had a
Definitely.
junior, right? Every woman had a
Definitely.
junior, and the way you
We
figure out
created
which
that word.
junior you're
Yeah,
talking
and
about.
most of it was written down on your own genealogical records and your own
Right,
meticulous record. That's how they would.
right. And
That's
that
how we
Bible.
distinguish who was
Yes,
who in
sir.
the genealogical records when you're looking at it or referring to someone,
Big facts.
or in the baptism records or whatever the case may go.
Big facts.
You know what I thought
Big
was
facts.
really cute
Big
about down south? When say like you had like 12 sisters and all of them had a junior, and the way you identify what junior you referring to, Aunt Lisa Jr., Aunt Betty Jr., Aunt Aunt Hazel Jr. That's how you identify which junior you're talking about when you have 8 sisters and all of them got
Bethy, thank you for
a
calling
junior.
me beautiful, Bethy. Thank you. Thank you for calling me beautiful. And I am beautiful too. You know what I'm talking about.
But I like that about the South. Aunt Betty Jr. got hit by a car. Aunt Betty Jr. in jail. You had to decipher which junior you were talking about. Aunt Betty Jr. because all of them had a junior.
Yeah. And you will see some woman took on their daddy name.
Mm-hmm.
Some women took on their daddy names too back then. We
Yeah, I
see
know a
that
girl
too.
named Willie Joe. Her name Willie Joe, just like her
Willie
daddy.
Joe. Willie Joe. There you go. So, hey, listen, man, that's how you know we were some creative people, man. I swear to God, it's so beautiful. And that's why people like BAP, bringing this info like this, it brings people like us together so we can tell our part of the story from where we from. So now everybody can start understanding different parts of the story. Big facts. Shout out to BAP. One of the kick doors, you know what I mean?
Real fire.
Man, he
Got
still
Rob
an
pissed
African.
off. BAP, you got Rob pissed off.
Hey,
Oh,
BAP.
here go Milestone.
Uh-oh. Hey, BAP, I need another debate, though,
Oh,
BAP.
Milestone,
What's
where
up,
you
y'all?
at?
Salute. Right
You
here,
hear me, BAP?
salute.
I need another debate, BAP.
You know
Me
what?
and
Your
you.
Yeah, me
avatar
too.
not
I
showing.
want
Okay.
about
Sign
5
in.
of them at one time this time.
Nah, me and you gotta go again. I'm worth 5 people. Stop it.
Man, all you gotta do is all you gotta do is find the topic.
I bet. Let's try to work on a topic, man. Let's have a good debate, bro.
I'm gonna let you decide it again. I never pick the topics. It wouldn't be fair.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot in that debate.
I wanted to go to IHOP so bad. At this hour, I wanted to go to IHOP, y'all.
IHOP is good anytime.
I know. I
Especially
want to go
with the
so
strawberry.
bad.
I love me some of that strawberry syrup. Strawberry syrup, get the stuff The stuffed toast, fire.
I said I could cook my own because my pancakes do taste better than theirs, but I don't fire
Hey,
too.
but OTK,
That I know what we
I
can
want to
debate.
challenge.
I know what we can debate.
I want at least 3 motherfuckers to you know what I mean? Debate me.
Yeah, I feel you worthy of that. But I feel I'm enough too. So I feel I put you up to the challenge. So I know what I can debate you, Bab. How you feel about this? Do FBA people need to really be taught about what black really is and who black people consider this? That it's a color and not a people.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, they
You
everybody
agree
needs
with
some
me on
learning.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
All
what
right.
I've been
Bet,
doing,
bet.
teaching them what black is.
That
Well,
list
I
that
don't think they need to know what black means. Black means what it means. Black means black Americans. That's what they talk about when they say black people. That's what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
but you know when they say black, man, this like I've been talking to some brothers the other day. When they hear black or Negro, they automatically equate that to African. I'm like, man, damn, I thought my missionary trip was over, but man, last night it
Yeah,
took me for another route.
that's just due to indoctrination. You know what I mean? Just like before you was claiming Indian proudly, you know, motherfuckers claim black and not that when you claim black or when motherfuckers was claiming black, you weren't claiming it as an African group. You feel me? So we know that that's
that
just this
list you
Yeah,
showed
modern
is
yeah.
day.
I was
amazing.
We know
claiming
that
it
that's
as a
just
descriptive
modern day
term.
social media jargon. That's all that
Wait,
is.
hold up,
Right,
hold up,
right,
hold up, hold up,
right.
hold up.
It
When I
was
said
just a
that to you
descriptive
yesterday,
term.
when I
Go
said that
ahead,
to you
Bob.
yesterday, you gave me a whole different script. My bad, OTK. That's
No,
crazy.
No, you good, Milestone. Hey, Milestone, I'm
Y'all
different, bro.
funny.
Okay. I see.
hey,
Yeah.
Milestone, Milestone. I'm gonna repeat. That is not what you said. I'm gonna repeat exactly what you said. Okay,
What did I say?
fuck black people. I'm not talking about you and what you got going on, AP. I'm talking about some Mexicans who's claiming to be black
Mm.
and some black people on the internet that allow them.
Bad.
That's what you
No,
told me.
I said the Mexican dude was claiming African American. I wasn't talking about him being black. I said he was claiming African American.
You say he was claiming
But
to
the
be African American.
black part.
You say he was claiming
No,
to
I
be
said he
black.
was claiming
He was
African.
claiming.
No, I was saying he was claiming African American. I said the black
Okay,
part is
well, African
the
Americans.
Africans. The
Okay,
Africans online saying they black.
the Africans online saying they black.
Yeah, the Africans online. Man, they got a whole group of FBA. And you know what the
They
FBA
are. They
stands for?
are. They are considered black.
No, you know what the FBA stands for?
What?
Foundational Black African.
Oh man,
Wow.
is that what theirs stands for now?
Hey, I told you it's a lot of stuff going online right now you ain't paying attention to, man. I'm
Well,
trying
the
to let you know.
Australians. That means the Australians can use it too. Anybody with an A for a name can use it, according to your logic.
According to my no, that's what they're doing. It's not my logic,
Foundational
it's
Black
what they're doing.
Aryans,
It's
foundational
what
Black
they're
Australians, the
it's
foundational
what
Black Atlanteans.
hey, don't get mad at me for what they're doing. I mean, I'm not the one that
No, I
told them to
don't
do
care.
it.
I don't care that they're doing it. I don't care that they're doing it. I don't care. I really don't.
Okay. I just want to let you know. See,
Yeah,
see now
I
now
don't
you
care
being
about a bunch of
teased.
TikTok Africans claiming to be foundational Black Americans. I don't care about a bunch of Mexicans that claim to be African American. That doesn't bother me. That's not even in a reality stretch. It's not been entertained by nobody.
Bap,
When
that
your
list
voice
that you
when your
showed,
voice did get a little high
that list,
pitched.
Bap, that list of names that you showed, thousands and could you that kills Pan African, that kills foundational Black to the fullest. That list kills it all. And
Yeah, but them free
these people,
Negroes are the
yeah,
foundational Black Americans. Those are the American Indians. Those are the
that's right.
Aborigines. It's
And
all connected. See, that's what y'all not listening to.
people need to see that they could trace their family to them very same people on that list you got.
See, they ain't listening to the connected part.
Yep, they could connect their ancestry to them same people.
Milestones, you need to understand the connection, my nigga.
Same niggas still here. Free color.
I understand the connection. Stop trying to make me seem like I'm an oddball, man.
Nah, you was yelling in the chat, nigga. You was yelling
like I'm out here fucking with foreigners like that. I know.
Where's Tayshawn at?
You know you was talking shit in the chat, don't you?
Tayshawn would have loved that. Where he at?
I see everything, Milestone.
Yeah, you seen that? Yeah, you know I like invoking. You know I like invoking, man. You know, I'm just trying to figure out my angles. You know, so I'm when I get a good dagger.
I like when you come with your angles, because some of your angles get stronger and stronger as time go. Eventually, you're gonna have a strong angle that can't be debunked, and that's the one you stick with. You feel me?
Appreciate that. Yep.
But right now, I'm dog walking. So keep bringing.
But hold up, Bap. Quit that, Bap. Stop that, Bap. Don't do that, Bap. Don't act
do what?
like I'm not here, man. Damn, you ain't dog walking.
Nigga, your ankles can get dog walk too, nigga.
No, you can get cat walk too.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Ain't none of my angles gonna get debunked. Ain't none of my angles gonna get debunked. None that I claimed and said. None.
Mine either.
You make a claim then. That's all I gotta hear you say. You make one claim,
I don't make claims. I only talk to knowing. I don't make claims. Making claims is guessing. I don't do guesswork.
No, you made a claim earlier talking about in my county we don't do middle names. Nigga, I have to bunk that shit right now.
No, I was saying at a certain time.
What time? We talking
about the 1800s, 17, 18, 16.
They didn't have middle names?
They didn't use middle names like that. It wasn't recorded as middle names.
What
you
was
look
it
up the
recorded
year
as?
when middle names was considered a middle name on records. You look that up.
OTK is not letting that go.
When was they using them then?
You look up when middle names was considered legal on paperwork. You look that up.
No, I'm saying you made the claim saying that there wasn't.
1950s, bro. That's when you would see when middle names stopped becoming legal. Probably 1940s, 1950s, I say.
Well, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's a different class system. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll break this shit.
Beat you up. I mean,
do you want that debate? Do you want that debate?
What debate? That ain't no debate.
Do you want that debate, nigga? That's all I'm asking you. Since you want to walk up the tree, do you want the debate whether or not they use middle names in South Carolina before the 1830s?
On paperwork?
On any documentation.
on documentation. All right, hold up though. But see, you consider
that's what I thought. Yeah, hold your ass up.
Hold up. Let me ask you a question.
Hold your ass the fuck up. That's what you do,
bro. No, let me ask you a question before I take this. Do you consider May and Lee a middle name?
I don't know I'm not gonna be the one that's considered. The legal paperwork is going to consider this shit.
You, bro, do you consider that? Because that's the only paperwork you're gonna pull up. Is names with Lee and May, and you're gonna equate that.
That's the only names I'm gonna be able to pull up.
Man, Lou, Sarah May. I mean, you know, it's a couple, but I'm just using those two as reference because those are the two you used earlier.
Lulu and Lula May.
Right. Word.
Lula May was my grandma name. That was my great grandma name, Lula May.
Shit, that's my auntie name, Lula May. Mm-hmm. My great grandmama name was Myola May.
I got two aunts named Mary Lou.
Ooh.
My grandma name was Willie.
So what's
So let
up,
me ask y'all
OTK?
this: was Mary Lou
OTK,
Retton? Was Lou
OTK.
her middle name? Hold on. Was Lou her middle name?
Yeah.
The gymnast.
Yes.
Lou was her middle name. Are you sure?
Yes.
OTK,
Yes, sir.
OTK,
All right.
OTK. You
Was
made the
those was
claim,
the,
brother. I
those
don't
in
want you running. I
parentheses?
don't want you running now. I just
I
want you
ain't
to
running,
concede.
bro. I'm asking
You
you a
made the
real
claim, my
question,
nigga,
bro.
that they was
I didn't
not
make no
using
claim,
middle
bro.
names.
Oh,
Hold
God.
on. You made the claim that they was not using middle names in South Carolina, and particularly your area, before 1830s.
Don't
Do
do
you
it,
still
OT.
stand on that?
I'm asking, what do you consider middle
No,
names?
don't ask me about your claim. I want to make sure that that's what you
Hey,
said.
Sister Betty, he trying to trap me up. I
No,
know
he
Bat
ain't
is
trapping
good.
you,
I'm not
OTK.
trapping you. You trying to run.
Yeah.
You trying to run, my nigga. This
He
your
trying
claim.
to
Don't
trap
ask
me
me a
up.
question about your claim, brother.
Hey, Bat, you trying to trap me up, man. That's a good
No,
one.
sir, I'm not.
Fast.
No, sir,
You
I'm
quick.
not. No,
You
I'm
OTK
light
be
on
just,
your
trapping his
feet.
sir,
own ass
sir,
up.
you can't make a claim
No,
and
I
then ask
don't.
me a question about your
Hey,
claim, sir.
hey, Betty.
Listen, you can't make a
Keep it
claim
Betty.
and then ask me a
When I said
question
a trap
about
up
your
for
claim.
myself, I'm really baiting in somebody else. I'm
But
making them
OTK,
think
what
I'm
about
setting a trap for myself.
Fannie Lou?
All right, so I'm asking y'all, do y'all consider them? That's why I'm asking him before I take the debate. Do he consider those names middle names?
It ain't about whether or not I classify them because I'm not going to be the source of the information.
All right, so you saying middle names was
So
on
yeah,
documents
I may
in
classify
the
it as such.
1800s? Hold up. So you saying that middle names, you had a first name, middle name, and last name on documents in the 1800s? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
For
Yes,
us.
sir.
For us.
What you mean? For black people,
For
bro.
us. Because you might pull up some European stuff. Van Helen, Lawrence, you might pull up something. No, I'm talking about us. The whole thing is about us now. So let's stick with us. Did we on documents have middle names in the 1800s?
Yes. Like, nigga,
You
do
say,
you understand the
say
words
yes?
that are coming out my mouth?
Bap, you can't pull up one right now, bro.
I can pull
I'm
up
just
5.
gonna save you. No, you can't, bro. No, you can't. You can't pull up no documents in 1800 that say first, middle, and last name. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Oh man, I'm about to pull one up on
And
the
you said
screen.
1830s
Matter of fact,
too,
I'm
bro.
not
You
gonna pull
said
it up on. I got one
1830s.
literally on the screen
Hold
that
up.
I'm
You said
looking at right
1830s.
now, sir. I'm
Pull
literally
it
got
up.
one on the screen right now.
All right, well, prove me wrong. And you said 1830. So show
No,
me
I want you to
1830s
accept
now.
the debate. I want you to accept the debate.
No, I can accept my defeat right now, dog. You know, you proving me wrong right now. I don't got no problem with that. We don't have to go through a long diatribe for you to go through some fugazi and some fuckery and all of that. And you know
Nah,
sway the
fuckery just
audience.
teaching you, teaching you is fuckery now. So teaching you something you didn't know is fuckery now.
Yeah, if we do the debate, that would be fuckery. You can teach me right now. I'm here right now. You can teach me right now, and I'm willing to accept that. Come on, bro. You know. I practice accountability, bro. I don't have no problem saying I'm wrong, and I apologize. Appreciate you. Sometimes it's people like me that got to do this to people like you in order to get info out. That's why I do it. I piss y'all off on purpose to try to get info
No, you
out.
can't piss me off. I only accept debates, man. Until then, I'll show you in the next part 2.
You can't show me, Bat. You can't show me.
I dare you to accept the debate. That's what I dare you to
Sister
do.
Bambi, he can't show me.
Yeah, you can.
I bet you won't.
No,
I bet you won't say I debate you that you can't show me. I bet you won't say that. I bet you won't hear them words come out off your claim.
Dog, listen. I know you don't want to debate that because you know you can't find nothing in 1830 with no first.
What if he finds something with
For us.
1800?
No, 1800s is a wide frame. That can be any year. He specifically said 1830s. I
Okay,
know he
but
be talking a lot, but I be listening a lot
1800
too.
is before 1830. So that makes it even worse for you if something is pulled up from
Oh, hold up.
1800
Eight. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were just talking about in general the
because
whole
you see it
1800s.
on
My bad, Chief
you
Inspector.
see it on their marriage certificate. There's marriage certificates in the 1800s.
Sister Bethy, I just
Okay, I'm
pulled
gonna
up.
shut
I just pulled up South Carolina free Negroes in 1830. Right, you
up.
seen it on the screen, right? There was 4 names on the screen. One of them in
Pull it up.
particularly had a big
Pull it
bold
up,
middle
bro.
name. No, I'm not.
Pull it up, bro. Pull it up. Show it.
I'm not, bro.
That's all you got to do. Can I use your light?
Yes.
Thank you. I like your shirt too.
Thanks.
You gonna pull it up, Bap? What's going on?
No, I told you what. I'm only accepting debates. I'm not just
Man,
going
boy,
around.
I ain't never see you hesitate to pull up a source before, man. God damn. Damn, when Milestone be up in here, boy, you be quick to pull up a source and stuff like that, boy, but you know? And Sister Bethy say marriage certificates. 9 times out of 10 on those marriage certificates, what you call a
Bro,
middle
it's like
initial
we be.
is their
It's
original
just the
last
fact
name
that I
from Sister
always
Bethy
teach
in the
y'all niggas.
1800s.
I always teach y'all. Y'all just don't learn. Y'all just don't be
I ain't got
learning.
nothing wrong with that. I ain't got nothing wrong with that. And I tell people I learn from everybody. I don't got nothing wrong with that, bro. For real. I ain't got nothing wrong with learning from you, bro. No problem. I made it possible for American Indians to really come over here and chill and have a platform. You know what I mean? Cause you ain't been rocking with no American Indians at first, boy. You've been rocking with all Moors. So I had to ask you, was you a Moor?
Who was a
I'm the
Moor?
same way. I like to learn from everybody.
No, I had to ask Bap that when I did that interview with Bap. Bap gave me my first interview on my channel and helped me build up my channel. He came on my show and man, we did a good build. But I thought he was a Moor. So, but I asked him, but he was like, no. Yes, I have learned a lot
There's
from
not
them,
nothing
but no,
wrong
I'm
with the
not that.
Moors. It's just that I don't
I didn't.
agree
No,
with everything
I
they
just
do.
said
That's
I
all.
didn't say that. You gotta go to your interview and listen to what I said.
I
I just
said
said I learned
you
from.
said
I
that.
just no, I didn't.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
didn't. I didn't say that. But nobody confused me with a Moors. Just a bunch of hating mongoloid lovers confused the two.
Okay.
I ushered in some of the biggest Indians you ever met in your life. I
I
literally
believe you.
introduced y'all to the biggest Indians y'all ever met in your life. Videotape and went to the biggest Indian powwows y'all ever seen on video.
I
You
respect
understand me? And I
big
gave y'all
facts.
some of the greatest Indian information that y'all ever heard in your life. I don't know how
Big
y'all can be
facts.
confused. I just don't
Big
stand with
facts.
those titles as if they the end all be all, because they not.
Mm.
They're not shit.
Yeah, I
And
feel
when I
you.
I
hear
say
people
the same thing.
and when I hear people discrediting one term, I discredit the other term. You see how that
I
works?
feel you. Right, right. But dog, if you hear me on any panel, be like, man, you a ABBA or you a FBA, I'll be like, nah, I'm a Indian, but those my first cousins. Don't get it twisted. Those my first cousins. For real.
Oh,
We all
so
about the
you
same
admitting that you
message.
are tit for tat?
Huh? No, what I'm saying is FBA is foundational. So right there, that foundational part of them my first cousins. The abo, meaning you aboriginal, that right there saying you my first cousins.
Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you, OTK. I was talking to
Oh,
Bap.
Bap.
He said,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because he just admitted he was tit for tat.
Yeah, I
You
do
say
do
one
tit
thing,
for
you
tat.
say one
Yeah,
thing,
I
he gonna
do.
come
ain't
back
pull
with
up that
something else.
source yet neither.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do tit for tat, nigga. You hit something, I hit back, nigga. Yes.
Bap, tell
Sister Bethy
Rocky.
Okay.
loving this.
Bap,
You
tell Rocky.
absolutely right.
Tell Rocky
Sister
that ever
Bethy.
since she got me eating these damn oodles and noodles.
Hey, shout out to the oodles and noodles, man.
Rocky got me
gotta
eating
boil
them
you.
damn oodles and doodle.
You gotta fry you a couple of hot dogs and cut it up inside there, man. You know what I'm talking about?
What you cooking,
Word.
Rocky, for Mother's Day tomorrow, Bab?
I gotta work. I got a big job to do tomorrow.
Oh, you got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, so
I'm cooking, but I'm cooking something light. I
That's
had a
stupid.
taste for some collard greens, and
Why you
I
ain't gonna
just
do
had
that
this.
job today, dog? Why you ain't
I,
gonna do that job today so you could be off tomorrow?
I really have a taste for some collard greens with some jasmine rice. Oh my god,
Oh yeah,
collard
yes,
greens
sir.
with jasmine rice. So I'm making that tomorrow. But I'm hungry right now as we speak. I'm finna go make me something to eat. Bab, you doing a redirect to smoke? He going on at 6:30 because I know you sleepy.
no, I ain't sleepy. Shit, I'm cool.
Yeah, he can't be sleepy while I'm up here, Sister Bethy. If anything,
Hell
he
No, he
might
no,
cut
usually
the
don't.
he
show.
want to be
He might
confrontational.
cut the
I'm
show.
not
He
gonna give him
might
that
get
energy.
scared. Yeah,
He
I'm
used to
mouse
cool.
on up here.
Bab used to not stay
No,
on. He
no.
used to stay on for long
Uh,
hours.
y'all good
Yeah.
peoples,
But
man. Y'all chilling.
when he got threats, when he got threats
I'm
on
going
his
to make a
panel, he
sandwich.
don't
I'll be
close
right
like
back.
that.
I don't feel threatened at all.
I don't
I
want
don't
you to
feel
feel
one
threatened.
threat.
I want you.
Man,
I
I don't
want,
feel one
and
threat.
yeah, don't feel threatened. But you know what I mean. I'm still waiting for you to pull up the source. You stop. I guarantee you can't find one, bro. I know you still searching. You
I'm not
searching like a
searching for
mug,
shit. I'm
man.
not. I'm
Yeah,
literally
you
not
is
searching
back.
for nothing. I'm not searching for
Okay,
nothing, brother. I'm not. I'm really
okay,
not.
all right, cuz I respect that. You usually have a source to pull up for everything. Somebody got something to talk about, but you ain't got one for that just to pull up. That's crazy. You even had to search for that. So that lets me know what I told you. I really taught you.
Brother, you didn't teach me nothing, brother. Listen.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
When you made the claim, when you made the claim talking about I debate, I stand on whatever. You made the claim that nobody in South Carolina had middle names before 1830. I said, do you want to debate that? You
No, I didn't
immediately
say
said,
nobody. I didn't
hold
say
up, hold up,
nobody.
hold up. Let me ask you a question. Look, brother, I'm not threatened. I'm cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
The
You
debate's still on the
flipped.
table if you ever feel a problem.
I didn't say all of South Carolina, bro. I said where I'm from in South Carolina. So you have to go to Goose Creek. I specifically said where I'm from, where I'm from, this is how things was handled. I specifically said that, bro. I did not equate that for the whole state. You're not
What
gonna
county
word
is
lick
that?
me like
What
that,
county
man.
is that? What
Berkeley
county
County.
is that? Huh?
It's in Berkeley County now.
What was it county
The
then?
It was Berkeley County. Hey, what you mean? Counties came out at a
In
certain
18?
time.
No, county's always been around, brother. County's always been around.
No,
Counties was
I'm
around
talking
before
about it.
cities.
Yeah, but listen, certain places.
In
They become
1830, brother.
counties.
In
Go ahead, bro.
1830, the area that your people is from was what county, brother?
Woodno County, bro.
What?
I know that sounds crazy, but it wasn't the county yet, bro. You gotta
What
understand the
district was
city
it?
of Goose Creek. The city of Goose Creek
So there
didn't
was
get
hold
the
on. So
name. The
hold
city
on.
of
It
Goose
was
Creek to
not so
1950 something.
so it was not an incorporated city in 1830.
Ooh, damn, that's a good question, Bat. No, I don't think so, bro.
Well, how the fuck would I be able
No,
to look up the records in your county if it didn't exist?
exactly. That's why
So
you
we
would
will
lose
have
the
to go
debate.
by. So we will have to go by the entire South Carolina records. Do you understand what I'm
No,
saying?
No, you would have to go by the records that I provide for you.
What county are you getting your
Because
records from in
because
1830?
I'm a primary source of my area, correct? Yes or
You can
no?
no, fuck no, you're not. Unless you're providing.
What?
You can't just say, oh, I'm from South Carolina.
What?
So whatever I say is a primary source for South Carolina because I'm from South Carolina. No, that doesn't
I
make
didn't
you a
talk about
primary
the
source.
whole state, bro.
Absolutely not.
I ain't talk about the whole state. If I'm
No, I'm
talking
just
about
saying, at
specifically,
all, anything that you say, just because you're from South Carolina, wouldn't make you a primary source for South Carolina.
because
Are
I'm
you crazy?
because my people's no, because my people's still here on the same land that they found us on when they came here, and we still here. So is my people not a primary source? Yes or no?
No, it's not.
Vap, Vap, how you mean no? How you
It's
mean
not, bro.
no? So
It's not, bro.
oral
I
tradition,
need to know
oral
this. I
history
need to
is.
know this. This is what I need to know before I move on any
Hey,
further.
Bat, boy,
Was
you
Goose
sound
Creek,
bad right
what
now, Bat.
city, what city or county was Goose Creek connected to in 1830, brother? That's gonna let me know anything I need to know.
You probably be Charleston. Charleston was
They
Charleston
said
was
it was
like
a part of originally Berkeley County, established in 1682. So just do Berkeley
yeah.
County. So it's Berkeley County. Why you just didn't say Berkeley
That's what
County?
it is now. Yeah, that's what it
That's
is
what it
now.
was in
From
16. Bro, I'm not about to play with you.
no, hold up, bro. Where I'm at right now, no, Berkeley County didn't start in Goose Creek. Berkeley County started elsewhere.
I
So
didn't say
Berkeley
that it
County is the
start in
biggest
Brook.
county.
Listen, I
All right
didn't
then.
see.
So
That's
we
where you
got
start answering.
incorporated with
Hold
that
on. That's
county,
when you
bro.
start answering questions that I didn't ask. I said, what county was Goose Creek a part of in 1830? I didn't say did Berkeley County originate in Goose Creek. I didn't ask none of that. I just asked what county was Goose Creek in 1830, fam.
And I'm telling you, uh, the county of Berkeley, which you just read,
Okay, but you said it
that was in
wasn't no
Mount
county at
Pleasant.
first.
Hold up,
Okay,
no,
so
I didn't say that. No, where I'm from in Goose Creek, we became part of Berkeley County later, bro. Berkeley County is big as shit. It's the biggest county in this part of South Carolina. You know what I mean? And that shit goes from Mount Pleasant, Myrtle Beach, damn near, all the way to damn near Orangeburg, bro. So you talking about damn near half the coastline is
let me
considered
look and
Berkeley.
see how
It ain't
many
even in the
cities.
waterway.
No, Berkeley County
Go
ain't that
ahead.
large. Let me see.
Yeah,
How
it is,
many
bro.
cities
Yeah,
is
it
in
is.
Berkeley County?
Go ahead. Berkeley County is the biggest city right now,
Well,
as far as people wise, but not as far as land,
it
unincorporated
has
lands. Now,
8
when people go
cities.
unincorporated land,
It has 8 cities in Berkeley County, which is a lot for a county, I
that's a
will say.
lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because the county is so big, dog. Listen, the county stretch from Mount Pleasant all the way
Name,
to
name,
Orangeburg, bro.
name over 10 cities that's in Berkeley County right now. Now I Google it right now.
I bet you got Goose Creek, you
All
got
right, that's one.
Latson, you got Monk's. No, you got Latson, you got Monk's Corner,
You said
you
what?
got
Latson?
huh? Yeah, Latson. You
How you
got
spell
Monk's
that?
Corner.
How you spell that?
LADSON.
LAN. Oh,
LADSON.
LADSON.
Yeah, yeah.
Lassen County, Lassen, South Carolina is in what county?
Now since they did so what they did is when they start building schools because places got heavily populated, they started rezoning. It's a thing called rezoning. So now this is when
Oh,
counties
well,
started splitting into other counties.
Lansing
Right.
is not considered part of Berkeley County per
It
se
is,
because
but right.
because part of it is part of Dorchester County, Charleston County,
Dorchester.
yeah,
Yes.
Dorchester County, Charleston County, and Berkeley County. So
And Berkeley. Right.
yeah, so
So what I'm
it
telling
ain't
you
just in
is
one county. That's what I'm
it
saying.
was all Berkeley County though until they started rezoning when they started getting populated and they started building schools. Once they started building schools, they had to start rezoning so certain people can go to certain schools.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
They do that a
yeah,
lot too. They do that a lot.
yeah, they do that a lot, bro. That rezoning thing. So Old Trano is another city that came out of Berkeley. You got Man, I can go. We can go towards Myrtle Beach, bro. You got Hugie, Kane Hoy. You know what I mean? And Hugie is spelled Huger. Kane Hoy, Macedonia, St. Andrews. You
St.
know what I
Luke
mean?
Parish.
Yeah, St. Luke Parish. That's a parish. You know, anytime you see anything with like a parish, that means the French was there.
Yes, the French
That's how
version
we
for
know. Yeah,
colony. I mean
yeah,
for county.
right,
For county.
right,
Look, I'm
right,
looking right
right.
here. I'm
Exactly.
looking right here right now in St.
Go
Luke's
ahead, bro.
Parish.
Mm-hmm.
I see a guy with a middle name, another one. And guess what?
What year is it, bro?
1830, all 1830, brother. All 1830.
1830. Hold up. Does it say on the paperwork first name, middle name, last name? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. And
All
not
right, show
only
it to
not
me. All right, well,
and
show
not
it to me, bro.
and not only
You
that,
asked me to
he's a
name 10 counties. I
and not
named 10
only that,
counties.
and not only
I ain't
that,
even
he's a
finished.
go ahead.
You asked me to name 10 cities in Berkeley County. I ain't even named it. Dog, I don't know what research that showed you it was only 4 cities or something like that in Berkeley County, but you need to retype that in, bro. So,
How about you drop a source saying that it's more than 7 to 8, and that'll prove me wrong. I stand corrected.
I
No,
just
no, no. I don't
named
want you just
6.
naming them. I want you to drop a source saying that there's more than that. Not just you making up stuff. Not saying that you are lying or anything.
Man, I'm on my phone, bro, man, and I'm out and about. Damn, bad. We
Okay,
gonna
no, it's
do
all
this.
good. It's all good.
My
I'll
bad.
hold it to
My
you.
bad.
I'll
That's a
hold
good
it to
one.
you.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. You got me right there. You got me. I'm out
Oh,
and
I see it.
about. I can't say that.
I see another middle name for a Negro in
Hey,
South
Hey,
bro.
Carolina. Okay.
OTK.
Hey,
Let's see what
one of
county
y'all
this
boys got
is.
your phone. Hey, do this for me real quick. Look up how many cities are in Berkeley County, please. Man, those some bitch go from
OTK.
Orangeburg all the way to Mount Pleasant. So, yeah, yeah, I just need 10 of them. He wanted 10. I named him 6, but he stopped me at
No,
6.
we want a source. We don't want a random nigga giving you names for a county. We want to see it on a source.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
on his
we
phone.
don't. No
Well, if
offense,
I
we
give
don't
you the
trust that.
names, you can pull them up, right?
Yo, yeah. But
Okay.
I don't want you just yelling them out. I'd rather you type them out so I can take my time and look it up. I don't want to have to keep saying what's
OTK.
that name, what's that spelled like
Yeah,
again,
everything
and all
good.
that shit.
Hey, Bap, my info dog is undefeated. I don't
Hey,
talk things I
OTK.
don't know, Bap. You
Well, I'm
taught me.
still
I
waiting to
learned
see.
well from y'all brothers. I
I'm
learned well
still
from y'all
waiting.
brothers. I don't talk
You
nothing
got
I
to
don't
show
know,
me.
Bap.
You got to show me, nigga.
No, you got
You
to
got to
show
show
me about
me
this
every
middle
day.
name
Y'all
on
niggas get
documents,
rusty. I'm
bro.
be y'all niggas. I'm gonna see, nigga. I'm gonna see. I'm not trying to hear nothing. You got to
Hey.
show me, brother. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Come on,
OTK.
man. Hey, man, just give me
OTK.
a back. All I want is a trophy for the Indian Missionary Award, man. I go around spreading the truth, man. I go around
Yeah,
converting people. And then when I come back, I'm coming back heavy because I need something new so I can go back out and go on my mission again with something new this time. So that's
as
why I
you
come and
should.
I rock with you, back.
As you
Word. I
should.
got to pull something new
This
out
gonna
you.
get you stronger, nigga. Cause I ain't gonna hold back.
Big facts. Big facts. You can't
So we
hold
waiting
back.
on you to drop that.
Not
We
with
waiting on.
me. Not with me. You can't hold back with me. Anybody
I
who
can't.
ever
I
come up
can't. I'm really
against me
holding
try
back
to
now.
hold back.
Listen,
Dog.
I'm really
No, you're
holding
not.
back now. That's why I haven't showed
No,
these
you're not.
sources now, brother. I really am.
Hey, AP.
I'm holding back
AP,
on
let
it.
me ask you something, man.
Just in case
Let
you
me ask
feel
you something.
froggy enough to jump out for a debate.
Hey, OTK.
I'm going to do that.
Yo, what's going on? My bag, Mouth Sound. Go ahead. 1,000 part, Mouth Sound. Go
Hey,
ahead, bro.
is Myrtle Beach part of Goose Creek?
No, it's part of Berkeley County. Part of it is part of Berkeley County, though.
Yeah, Goose
I'm
Okay.
Creek
like
is
an
a
hour and a
city.
half.
Berkeley
I'm like an hour. Yeah, I'm like an hour and a half away from Myrtle Beach,
cities ain't
straight
connected.
down the
Cities
coast.
are separated. Counties intertwine and connect cities. So most cities
Big
are in a
facts. Big
county
facts.
in a particular county. In some
Big
cases, it's
facts.
only one city in one county. In some cases, there's a lot like 7 to 8. 9 to 10.
Yeah, like where I'm from, it's a bunch of goddamn it's a bunch of cities within Berkeley County because we use the waterway. So
Listen, these are all the cities.
Drive to Mount Pleasant, if I drive to Myrtle Beach, it'll take me an hour and a half. But if I jump on my boat, on my speedboat, I can get to Myrtle Beach in 45 minutes.
These are all the cities that's in Berkeley County: Goose Creek, Hanahan, Mox Corner, Somerville, Mox Corner, Somerville, Charleston, St. Stephen's or Stephens, Bonano,
it's called
Bonu, and Jamestown. That's it.
Jamestown. What happened to Coresville?
That ain't what?
Coresville.
How you spell
That's
it?
where your boy Charlemagne the God from.
How you spell it?
And you know what I mean? Andre and Bruce Ellerton, them boys from Coresville.
How you spell it?
COOARD Villes with an SES Ville. VILLE. It's Coresville. Yeah, that's where you got, and you got Cane Bay, you got Sheep Island, Pimlico, you got Mount Holly, Pimlico, Mount Holly. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell them. Sangaree. Word. Next in them becoming a city right now. All that building they doing, you ain't even got to leave out of that place. Word.
You said COOARDS?
DS and then Ville, VILLE, Coresville.
But two zeros. I mean 2 O's, right?
Yeah.
That ain't even popping up.
COOARSD.
ARSD. Hold on, bro. Spell it again. Spell it one more time for me.
All right, Coresville. COOR. ESD. Yeah. Oh, it's 1 O? Oh, they spelling it with 1 O. CORDESVILLE. So I spelled it with 2 O's. My fault. It's 1 O. Damn. On the sign, they got 2 O's though. When you go to that sign, when you see the sign says two. They got 2 O's. That's crazy work. You got it?
Yeah, that's in Berkeley County too.
Yeah, it is, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. We got plenty of counties, man. Bro, we stretch from Orangeburg. Orangeburg is an hour away from me,
but
right?
listen though, but hold on. Hey,
all the way to Myrtle Beach, another hour from me.
Coresville ain't a city though, fam.
What it is?
It's an unincorporated community located in that particular area.
Yeah, American Indians, bro. Yeah. But that is
they ain't considered a city. It's called rural country area.
Okay, so it's a city that's on the outskirts of Moncks Corner. So when you say St. Stephen's,
it's like a community. It's like being in my city. Like it's like being in the historical city, in the area of my city, like Mechanicsville, which is an unincorporated community inside of Knox County. You see what I'm saying?
You act like you don't know what unincorporated means.
Who, me?
So
you.
Yeah, it's not a city, bro. It's not a city.
It is, bro. It just let you know that nobody else on that land.
It's a community.
Nigga, it just means the government has no attachment to it. The government has no attachment to it.
So those are where the monks are really at. That's how they get the name Moncks Corner. Like they really got monks out there, French monastery monks that settled there and started dealing with American Indians out there. That's how the whole name Moncks Corner evolved from right there out of Coresville. So it's like Moncks Corner, Coresville, then you got St. Stephen.
But listen though, let me just make something clear because milestone thoughts be loud and wrong. Bro, an unincorporated community, which is what Coresville is just a neighborhood, brother. Okay? Don't get beat up out there.
All right, love y'all. I'm out, okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. See
Sister
you later.
Wendy.
You said I was
Sit back
loud
in
and
the
wrong.
chat. Sit back in the chat and watch me beat Bap up for a second,
Oh no, I'm
Sister
going to
Beverly.
smoke
You know
channel.
what I mean?
Bat ass about to go to sleep. Y'all can't tell we sleepy.
Yeah, we going to smoke. Yeah, we going to smoke.
Bat
You
is
already know
sleepy.
that.
You know damn well he's sleepy. All right,
I
love you,
don't know.
nephew. See
He
y'all.
getting
See
beat
you over
up.
there, Milestone.
Love you too.
All
Love you too,
right.
Chiefness.
Y'all all wrong as hell. You talking about these are not cities.
No,
I'm
you
just
wrong,
Hey,
bro.
I'm gonna bring up the
No,
source.
you
I'm gonna bring
wrong.
up the source. I'm gonna bring up the
listen.
source.
I want you to name another city inside of Berkeley County, not a community, not a
How
neighborhood.
many more, bro? How many more you want me to name, bro?
Cordsville is not a city. It's a community. It's a neighborhood.
Listen.
It doesn't have a
You know
government.
what's
It doesn't have the
crazy, right?
municipality. It doesn't have parliament. It doesn't have a local government. It doesn't have nothing. It's just a neighborhood.
Okay, all right, bro. Listen. You know what's crazy? That you found Charleston in that. Charleston has its own county, Charleston County. So for you to find Charleston in Berkeley County, that's crazy to me. For one. Did you look up Hanahan? You got Hanahan on your list, yeah? You got Hanahan on your list?
I told you that. I named it already.
Do you?
I named all the cities.
Damn.
I named.
Isn't Cross Berkeley County? Part of Cross. Yeah, Cross is Berkeley County. Part of it.
And guess what?
And
like, hold on. Just like you brought up, Ladson. That's just like Charleston, except for Charleston is only in one other county instead of three other counties. You see what I'm saying? So it's in Berkeley County and it's in another county. So, but go ahead.
I know what you're talking about.
But listen. But you're only naming the counties the cities that I've already named: Goose Creek, Hanahan, Mock Corner, Somerville, Charleston, St. Stephen's, Bono, Jamestown. You named a neighborhood. I want you to name.
How many is that, Bab?
That's 7 to 8, brother. 7 to 8,
Macedonia.
brother.
Do you got Macedonia?
How you spell it?
Macedonia, man. Macdonia.
Hold on.
You got Macedonia.
How you spell it?
St. Andrew.
Hold on. Slow down. Take one at a time. One at a time. How you spell Macedonia?
M-A-C.
M-A-C.
E. I think. D-O-N-A.
D-O-N-A? Okay, I just want to make sure.
D-O-N-I-A. D-O-N-I-A. Macedonia.
South Carolina. It's in Cherokee County.
What happened?
It's in Cherokee County.
Man, dog, that's Berkeley County. Hey, you know what that shit brought up? That shit says in Cherokee County. So are they trying to say that they're part of Francis?
No. That's what the source says. So what you do is you pull up a source saying that it's in another county. That's all you got to do. You drop a source. You drop a source in the back right now. Listen, you drop a source in the back right now and says that it's in a different county. I won't challenge you on anything else for the rest of the night.
Hey, bro, let me tell you, I travel these
I bet you can't. I bet you can't, nigga. I bet you can't.
What I'm telling you is, I knew
you
all of this to be
just
Berkeley County, man. Bro. Hold on. You might be correct. Now I got to see if they done rezone that area because.
Man, just give me another one because that ain't in. Just give me another one because that ain't in Berkeley County. Just give me another one. That's out the window. Give me another one that ain't in Berkeley.
Shit? Hold up, though. Did you mention Jamestown? Right? You called out Jamestown, correct?
Yeah, that's also in Jamestown County, I think.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Macedonia it's in Berkeley County. Listen. It's in Berkeley County. Listen, I need you to listen clear. I'm being clear. Obviously, y'all confused. It's in Berkeley County, and it's also in the other county, okay? So it's in both counties.
All right then, bro. But you asked me the name. I told you why you got these split counties. It's because of
No. That ain't the debate, brother. Hold on. I don't want you to go on these long tangents about nothing. The debate is there's only 7 to 8. The debate is there's only 7 to 8 cities in Berkeley County. You said no, it's way more than that. You still have failed to give me one other one.
No, you didn't say 7 to 8 to start off. You
yes,
said like 3 or 4.
No, no, I didn't, brother. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you did,
No, I
bro.
didn't.
I swear
How much?
you
How
started
much you
when
want
you
to bet?
said like
How much you want to bet on?
304, bro.
How much you want to
We'll
bet
go
on it?
back and look at it.
How much you want to
Go
bet?
back and look at it.
How
Come
much
on,
you want to
man.
bet?
What you want? Damn, man.
I bet
I
you
don't know,
$10.
Bap.
All right, we'll do a simple $10 bet. $10 bet.
I bet. Go back and rewind your first question that you asked me. I could have sworn you said 304 because your thought that
Do
it was
you
only
accept the
like
bet?
two
Do
or
you
three
accept? Do you
cities
accept the
within a
bet? Yes or
county.
no? Do you accept the bet? Yes
Yeah,
or no?
yeah, bro. You know I love a challenge. Come on, bro. You know I love a challenge. That's a good
It
friendly
ain't no
challenge right there
challenge.
too, bro. Well, go ahead and show it back. Rewind it. Your original first question. I could have sworn it was 304, bro. My bag. If you said 7 or 8, because your whole thing that it was only like 1 or 2
Hold on, we
counties, you
about to
said it
listen to him,
again.
right?
All right, let's go.
No,
I'm
that
about to
is
mute
not.
up.
That is
Let's
not
go.
what.
I'm
Creek
like
is
an
a
hour and
city.
a half.
Berkeley.
I'm like an hour.
That ain't what the conversation was consistent of. You arguing something that was never been stated, at least on my end. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to stay focused, good brother. But listen,
Yeah, I'm like an hour and a half away from Myrtle Beach.
cities ain't
Straight down
connected.
the
Cities
coast.
are separated. Counties intertwine and connect cities. So most cities are
Big
in a
facts.
county.
That's
And
not
one,
the beginning, Bat. That's not the beginning, Bat. Rewind a little bit more. That's not the beginning. Berkeley County started elsewhere.
I
So
didn't say
Berkeley
that it
County is the
started in
biggest
Brook.
county.
Listen, I didn't
All right, then.
see. That's where
So,
you
no.
no. It's not.
Bap, how you mean no? How you
It's
mean
not, bro.
no? So
It's not,
oral,
bro.
so oral tradition,
I need to know
oral
this.
history
I need
is
to know this. This is what I need to know.
Charleston. Charleston was
They said it was
like
a part of originally Berkeley County establishment. Hold on, let's run it back right here. From South Carolina. No, that doesn't
I
make
didn't
sense.
about
And
specific
source for South Carolina.
because I'm land that they found us on when yes or no.
No.
Bap, how you mean
I need to know
oral
this.
history
I need
is
to know this. This is what I need to know before I move on any
Hey,
further.
Bap, boy,
Was
you
Goose
sound
Creek,
bad right
what
now, Bap.
city, what city or county was Goose Creek connected to in 1830, brother? That's gonna let me know anything I need to know.
You probably be Charleston. Charleston. Charleston was
They said it was a part of originally Berkeley County, established in 1682. So just do Berkeley County. So it's Berkeley County. Why you just didn't say what county was Goose Creek a part of in 1830? I didn't say what.
I'm telling you, the county of Berkeley, which you just read.
Okay, but you said it wasn't no county at first.
Hold up.
Okay,
No,
so
I didn't say that. No, where I'm from in Goose Creek, we became part of Berkeley County later, bro. Berkeley County is big as shit. It's the biggest county in this part of South Carolina. You know what I mean? And that shit goes from Mount Pleasant.
How many cities? No, Berkeley County ain't that large. Let me see.
Yeah,
How many
bro.
cities is in Berkeley County?
Go ahead. Berkeley County is the biggest city right now.
Well,
as far as people wise, but not as far as land, unincorporated.
It has
land.
8 cities. It has eight cities in Berkeley County, which is a lot for a county.
Yeah.
Right there. Boom. Proof in the pudding.
Yeah. Okay. So you said it had 8. So you've been looking.
Yeah, you said I had 3.
I'm about to send the cash out right now, bro.
No, I just want to make it ain't even about that.
No, you correct. That's a lie. You correct, bro. You said 8. You said 8, and I said no, it's more than that.
Right. You know, and I'm still waiting on you to give me at least one more.
Right. And I you know what I mean? Because now what I'm telling you is, bro, this rezoning done broke Berkeley County down. Like Dorchester is getting big as shit. Georgetown County, Calhoun County, all of these county, Horry County, all of these counties are getting bigger now because they, you know what I mean, Berkeley County starting to give off pieces of this land because they don't want to control it no more because it's costing them too much money as far as like with police, fire department, and all of that. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm about to send that right now. Good shit, Bat. Good shit.
But Berkeley County has some rich counties. I mean, rich, very, very rich cities within inside of it.
All of them
Mount
rich.
Warner, Somerville, Hanahan. These are
Yeah.
fairly thriving
Goose
communities. I
Creek
mean,
was
cities.
Goose Creek was the richest city at one time in South
And
Carolina.
still is top three in
Yeah,
Berkeley County. Is top three.
big facts. Big facts. I'm about to send that to you. I might have to
You
drop
can
off
take your
real
time.
quick.
I just
Hold on,
want
let
to
me see.
milestones. What you got to say, nigga? I know you itching to say something. Listen, OTK, I'm telling you, brother. I'm sharpening you up. This, you coming to the gauntlet right now, nigga. This the sorcerer, nigga. I'm so lax and laid back dealing with y'all. It's easy. But now he is right. He is right about other counties.
I'm doing something.
You do your thing. But OTK is right about counties getting large and incorporating more land, and also managing deals with other counties taking their particular territory. Most of the time, they're zoning as a township, unincorporated, just like they did Ladson. You feel me? That's what they do. That's what they do here. Shout out to OTK, good man of his word.
Yeah, it's sent, man.
I want to hear nobody else not betting
right, I'm a
and
man
not
of my
paying their
word.
shit up.
You damn right, I'm a man of my word.
Matter of fact, where your cousin Darvis at? Speaking of niggas who be betting and shit.
I know. I ain't see Cuzzo in a couple of days. I ain't been back there in a couple of days.
Oh yeah, tell Cuzzo I said what's up. Just making sure y'all good and shit.
Oh yeah. Trust me, if he wasn't, I would have been unknown.
I know you would. Yeah. But yeah, man. I guess we're gonna go over there and kick up some dust over there on Smoke Channel.
On Smoke,
so I'm
shit. Yeah.
I think Smoke is about to go live in the next couple minutes, if he ain't already live now. But this was a decent bill, man. I like chopping it up with y'all. I like to be challenged more than me challenging y'all. I don't know if y'all know that.
I know.
I like to be challenged. I love to be challenged. I stand on a lot of real information and a lot of claims. I love to see if my shit can stand the test of time. So don't feel like y'all attacking me by challenging me, because I don't feel like I'm attacking you when I challenge you. You feel what I'm saying? So just know that it's all love in the game.
Big facts.
You
know, what's the dumbest question? One that's not asked, right?
Right. And you always gonna fail if you never try. You always fail if you never try. You fail 100% of the times you never tried. You understand what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Right. Like I you know what I mean? I know that I got respect from the greats because I went toe to toe with one of the greats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I didn't respect you, I'll be calling you all kind of bitches and hoes and disrespect. If I didn't respect you, it'd be disrespect. Ain't no in betweens with me. You feel what I'm saying? Either it's respect or it's disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. Type shit.
Yeah, it gotta be like that. Either it's respect or it's disrespect. That's where I'm at 2026. Ain't no in betweens.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, it's utmost.
Man,
but nigga, I'm on. But listen,
let's do a good.
This just a good little spar. This was just a good little spar with the two good brothers. I know you and Milestone thoughts be on the same way, so I like the good little spar between y'all. It wasn't nothing. It just show y'all I'll put y'all little niggas in I'll put you niggas in the headlock at any time and get y'all niggas money. Y'all still my little hoe.
Hey, Milestone, you hear this shit, man?
Yeah, I hear that shit.
Hey,
gave y'all
man,
niggas I gave y'all niggas an intellectual noogie today, nigga.
I
Yeah.
guess when you one of the goats, man, you can say that type stuff, man, and get away with it. When you one of the goats, when you one of the kick doors, man, you can get away with that, you know. Hey, milestone, ain't nobody else can live saying that though. You know what I mean?
Oh
Bap is
hell
the
no.
truth though.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, big
Oh
fan.
hell no. That's
But
why I have to
Bat
go.
though,
Nah,
man, you got to admit
everybody
though,
can't
Bat, you got to admit though,
get away
bro,
with that. Everybody
ain't nobody in your crew, ain't nobody in your in the sector or the environment that you really worried about but me, bro. I see that you really like kind of timid with me. Like you gotta watch yourself when you deal with me. But it's all
No, listen,
respect.
I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
I'm
all
trying
I'm
to
gonna
tell
be
you,
respect.
I live and die. I live and die
I'm gonna
over
be
this.
I'm gonna be
I live and
completely
die over
honest
this.
though. Let me tell
Hey,
you
what
why I'm like
milestone?
that.
This nigga about to talk shit right now. Watch
Nah,
this.
nah, nah,
Man,
nah,
I'm
nah,
trying to tell
nah.
you, I live and die
I'm
over
not.
this.
I'm not. Let me tell you
I don't
why
care how
I
long
do.
it's gonna
Let me
take.
tell you
I'm
why I
getting
do that. Let me tell you why I do that. I do it with milestone thoughts too. So don't you know what I mean? So it ain't just you, OTK. I do it with milestone, I do it with any of the brothers I respect that's challenging me. You feel what I'm saying? But the reason I like to make you the reason I like to put you in a little headlock and give you a little noogie and a wedgie, because you be popping it. You understand what I'm saying with the big dog? You a shit talker. Yeah. You a shit talker, and I like to humble your ass sometimes, nigga. That's why I do it.
That's
Nigga.
hard though. That's hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's hard.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's
real
hard.
though. That's real.
Yeah. Man. Hey, you know what I mean? You sent something in me from my very first debate, man. You gave me my very first debate. Appreciate you for that. You know what I mean? And you say, yo, OTK, turn that around, Mr. TKO. You know what I mean?
Hey,
And ever since then, people like I had to come and battle you in root words. Like nobody else want to debate me. So I gotta come against you, root words, or 111 truth, or brother A1. But you know what I mean? And just to have a good conversation to me, because that's all it'd be to me is a bill session. A debate with y'all brothers is really a bill session to me, for real.
right. So
I
before I
swear,
go,
man.
this is that book, Free Negroes Head of Household, and from St. Luke's Parish. I just want to show you that middle name real quick. That's one. It's a couple of them throughout this
Where's that?
particular South Carolina. Right here,
Where's that?
highlighted. Now, right here, highlighted on. You hold on. Let me see if my screen's showing. Oh
Sully
damn.
Bull?
Yeah.
Sully Bull?
Sally Bull Mims. Yes, Sally Bull Mims.
Mims.
Yes.
Hold up. Is that all her name though?
Yes, that's her full name.
All right then. So how can you call it a middle name? Like I said, you
Because
can't show me
because
no
it's
documents that say middle,
because
first, and last name.
well, there
You
ain't a
can't show me
document
that.
on her. There ain't a document on her that says first or last
Uh,
name neither. So
why?
tells you
Okay.
common sense tells you with the space shows a separation of the name. That's common English literature, and in administrative
Um,
records. Hold on. In administrative records, you don't have to have where it says first and last name. So, and
I
this
think
is a
it's a
head of
nickname.
household administrative records, Sally Bull Mims, and I can show you some other ones where it also show you it might say Roger D, like you was referring to earlier with the middle initial and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
It also shows you that also alluding to the fact that this is also the middle name area margin.
Yeah, I would
Refers
agree
to.
with that. I would agree with that
Yeah.
initial. But when I
Well,
do
what
my
I'm saying is
genealogy research, I
what I'm
see that
saying is
that
the
was like
initial.
another last name. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
Go
what
ahead.
I'm saying is the initial is in the same spot that Bull is in Sally Bull Mims' name. You understand?
Yeah.
The
I
R
don't know why
is in
you
the
pull
same.
this back up, man, because this really make you look kind of bad. Because
No,
if you look at all these names, dog, you don't see no middle names.
it ain't a lot. I didn't say it was a lot. I didn't say it was a lot. And
And what you would call middle names, and that's why I asked you: do you call Lou,
yeah,
May, or
I
any
didn't
of them?
say that I didn't say that there were a lot, but I said that there were certain people with middle names on administrative records in South Carolina and
Take the
all over
debate,
the
bro.
entire world
Take
for
the
that
debate.
matter.
Take the debate.
Okay. You gonna take the debate?
You gonna take it?
I asked you. I was still waiting on you. You said I don't know.
Listen now, you can't make up middle names now. You can't say that. Like you look at somebody's name and say, "Oh, that got to be their middle name." You can't do that, bro. It's not about It's not about your personal thoughts.
Okay, let's do. Are you accepting the debate? Hold on.
If you accept it, I accept it.
OTK.
If you accept it, I accept it.
OTK. Let's make it clear. You made the claim.
Huckleberry.
Hold on. You made the claim. I challenged you. You said, "Hold up." You never said, and I've asked you 10 times throughout the live stream, do you accept the debate? You failed to answer. So now I'm gonna ask you this last time. Do you accept the debate?
Yeah, if you accept it.
Oh, nigga, it's on. When you want to do this? Tomorrow?
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This Saturday, next Saturday, it's on. What's next Saturday? Bet. And the debate is that there were no people, no black people in South Carolina.
No, it's not South Carolina. And Goose Creek.
No, I'm not doing Goose Creek. I'm not doing that. Either we're doing entire South Carolina, either we're doing the entire South Carolina or nothing at all. I'm not going to be limited to one particular place that we might not even can find administrative records.
That's too broad. Okay. All right. Well, we might need to restructure. South Carolina is too
Hold on. I can go back to the video where you said I can go back to the video where you made the claim that nobody had middle names before 1830. You said nobody and nowhere.
Yeah, from where I'm from, bro. I was talking about where I'm from, bro.
Yeah, but after that, you said nowhere for that fact. You even went as far as saying nowhere. Do I got to play the clip?
Oh, shit. Maybe you might have misheard that, but I wouldn't make
that. No, I don't misheard shit. I can run the tape back. The tape don't lie, brother.
I'm not even making that bold claim about the whole South Carolina. Because I don't know what happened in certain counties, upper state. You know what I mean?
The tape don't lie. The tape don't lie. And if I run the tape back and you said it, we taking that debate then.
Listen, we debating middle names, correct? So that means that we debating
people
middle
in South
names.
Carolina. Listen, hold on.
Have documents. God damn,
hold on,
boy,
brother.
You be trying to pump people.
But hold on, I just want to
boy.
make this clear. You kept saying, particularly to your area, I kept saying that we can't verify that, and all I said was that there were people in South Carolina with middle names before 1830. I asked you that 4 or 5 times before I even see you. It wasn't limited to Goose Creek. It wasn't limited to Berkeley County.
Yeah. What I'm telling you is, bro, middle names, documents. What I said is that middle names on documents in 1830s, you wouldn't see a first name, middle name, and a last name on documents in 1830. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what I was asking you.
I think that
so you can't make up last names.
You may be
you
right
can't
on
make up last names, bro. Go ahead. My bad. 1,000 pardon, bad.
You was right on that. That's what I was saying. You was right. I think that was the extra part.
Yeah, I think that's what I said, man. Because I, just to try to narrow it down to a broader area. So I was like 1830, man. Like, with the middle, first, and last name on documents on paperwork. So we can see that these people they really had a middle initial. Like how we see on paperwork today. Paperwork today, you got a first, middle initial, and last name. You didn't see that in no 1830s. If you
bro, all you gotta do
is show me, bro.
Brother, next week I'm going to show you next week, Saturday in the debate, brother. You already accepted it. You already accepted the debate.
Bad, bro. I mean, that's easy. Like, we don't even need rounds for that shit because once you fail to prove, once you fail to show something in 1830 and damn, you want to do the whole South Carolina? That's broad, bro. That's broad as shit, but everything good. You know what I mean? Just for you, Bap. I do that for you, bro.
Hey, that's
See,
gonna
you
be
in a
dope.
different part. You in a different part of South Carolina, and you know what I mean. You got a different type history than what I got. So
I'm doing all
you know
over.
what I
I'm gonna do
mean.
all over. I'm gonna do all over.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to be
So
limited. I don't want to be limited. I want to make sure I show you a bunch of certain names, nigga.
Yeah,
hold
that'll
up,
be
not
dope. But
surnames.
check this
Hold
out.
up,
Check this
not
out though.
surnames.
I
Not
meant middle
sur,
names. I meant
not
middle names. Middle names.
surnames.
I meant
Middle
middle
names,
names.
bro.
Middle names. Middle names. Middle
Yeah,
names.
yeah,
Middle names.
yeah,
Middle names.
yeah.
Middle names.
Tighten up, goddamn it.
Middle names. Middle name,
Tighten
nigga.
up,
Middle
cause
name.
I notice you
OTK,
like to
you gotta
switch up
learn it.
sometimes now, Milestone. He like to switch. I gotta keep him on his
Yeah,
toes
I
though.
peeped him out. I peeped him out a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? He tried to get at me, but you know what I'm saying? I found a way to hit that rope and you know what I'm saying? Come up with that little uppercut. You feel me?
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie. I'm really thanking y'all, but this is easy work though. But it's good though. Y'all put up a good challenge. Y'all fighting.
Nah,
Good.
it really ain't easy, bro. You gonna have to
It
do
is.
some
This is
digging.
too easy.
And
I
all you
promise
got
you.
to do,
This is too easy. Too easy. All I gotta
hey,
do is just
listen,
show
the
you
thing
one.
about
All I
this,
gotta do is listen. You know all I gotta do is show you one, bro.
no, you don't. No, you
Yes, I
don't, bro.
do. Yes, I
No,
do.
no. History
There,
builds
you
on
can't put no
consensus,
limit to the.
and it
Hold
deal
on.
with
Hold on.
statistics, bro. No,
The debate
stop
is.
it.
Hold on. The
Stop
debate
it.
is.
Stop it, bro.
Hold on. Hold
That's
on.
just like saying if one
Hold
person in
on,
the area is
OTK.
called
Don't run
Negro,
now,
that
nigga.
everybody
The
in that
debate.
area is
Hold on,
Negro.
OTK.
Come
Don't
on,
run.
bro.
The debate is
I'm not running, bro.
nobody.
I won't.
The debate is nobody, not some people, not a few people, nobody had middle names. Okay? Nobody. So all I gotta do is show you one, nigga.
Yeah, or documented. Nobody had middle names in 1830 documented on paper in my part of South Carolina. Yes,
No,
I
and
stick
not
with
on
that.
paper, on documentation. On documentation.
Yeah, that. Hold up, we talking about middle name,
It could be on a rock,
first
nigga.
name, middle name, last name.
It could be on a rock. It could be etched on a rock. It could be etched on a rock, bro.
No.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before I move forward.
One
Do
thing
you
about
can
you,
hold
I
on? Let
notice
me
you
ask
like
you
to,
this.
you like to sway.
Hold on.
You
Let
like
me
to
ask
sway
you
your
this.
audience
Let me
for the debate.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before I go, just so we can verify this. Do you consider your ancestors' burial sites and their headstones actual documentation?
Yes,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we're good.
that's primary. That's a primary, bro. What the
Oh,
hell?
I got nothing but primaries for you, dude.
Okay, all right, but listen, you can't show me no Sarah Lee, no Mary Lou,
Yeah, no, you
no,
can't put
no
limitations on what's
Jonah
the middle
May.
name. You
No,
can't put
those are not
limitations
middle
on what's a
names.
middle name.
Those are
You
not
can't
middle
put
names on
limitations on
document.
what's a middle name.
All right,
You
well, I
can't
tell
put
you what, if
limitations
you're
on
gonna
what's a
take it
middle
off a
name, bro.
headstone, okay, well, if
That's
you're
not
gonna take it off a
OTK.
headstone,
That's not true because my ancestors used Lee,
now you
Murray,
running.
May,
Now you running,
and those was considered middle names, bro.
Now
I
you
don't give a
running.
damn what
No,
you
they was
talking about in your
considered.
family, nigga.
They was considered as middle names, but was they written on paper? First, middle, last name. Yes or no?
What you mean? What do you mean?
All right, then. And in the 1800s, was Mary Lou written? Your first name is Mary, your middle name is Lou, and your last name is Johnson. Was
I
it
want to
written like that
understand
on
what you're saying.
documents
So,
in
okay,
1830?
so listen. On documentation, when you see a name,
Right.
it doesn't
Right.
say name, it doesn't say first name, it doesn't say middle name, it doesn't say last name. It's just a name, and you see three names: one in the first, one in the middle, one in the last. Is the one in the
But that's
middle
something that
considered
was
the
taught
middle
to
name?
us.
Is the one in the
That's
middle considered the
indoctrination.
middle name?
No, that's indoctrination. That's something we was taught, that the name in the middle was considered a middle name.
Oh well, nah.
That's
You
what
gonna
I'm
have to
telling
prove.
you. It's a
No,
learned
no,
behavior.
no. OTK, you just made that up, bro. You just literally made
No,
that
I
up.
didn't, bro.
You can't
No,
drop
I
a
didn't.
source. You can't drop.
You
Listen,
can't.
I would
You can't
listen.
drop a source to prove me wrong.
OTK. I will
What?
take that
What?
as valid.
What?
I will take that as valid if you drop a source saying that. that you
Bro,
can't consider those.
all you got to do is
No,
look
no,
up
no, no, no,
when
no,
was
no, no, no,
middle
no, 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 no,
names
no, 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 no,
created,
no, no,
bro.
no, 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 OTK. In order for us to move on with this debate, bro, because you saying that Lee, Ann, and all these are not middle names, and that they're
I
not
told
considered
you,
middle names. I want you to
You
show me
triggered.
on record any source on the internet saying that,
Man,
and
pass
I
the
take that
fucking
as valid.
torch. Pass the fucking torch over to me, dog. You scaring right now, man.
Bro, you running.
You tiptoeing through tulips right now, Bap. God damn it,
Bro, you
bro.
running.
Come
You
on,
running. You running.
Listen, I'm about to give you a simple search, bro. Listen,
Okay, go ahead.
like
Go
to
ahead.
stop you from this, all
Go
you
ahead.
got to do
Go
is
ahead.
type in
Go ahead.
when was middle names created. That's all you got to type in, bro.
1779. 1779.
That's a lie. That's a lie. In South
I got
Carolina,
it pulled up
that's a
right
lie.
now. I got it pulled up.
In 1779, though, all of America wasn't even discovered in 1779.
Brother, are you slow?
No, you slow. Yeah, I am. I'm a short bus shorty, and you right on that bus with me. God damn it. Word, you helped pull me on the bus. Good word. Huh? On documents. If you want to ask the question the right way, ask when was middle names start being put on documents in America, North America? Go ahead, I'll wait.
1830s at least. It doesn't matter. Our debate start between 1830 and before that. I don't give a damn when. That's not the debate. You're moving the goalposts. I don't give a
No,
damn
I'm
about
not. No, I'm not, bro. That's the debate. That's what I was saying.
No, it's not the
What did it
debate,
come
bro.
up and say, bro? What did it come up and say,
The debate
Be
is
honest, Bab.
whether or
What did
not.
it say?
Hold
What
on,
year did it say,
hold
Bab?
on. I need you to
1900s?
stop doing the Indian shuffle because you're trying to run. Listen, the debate is whether or not black people, Negroes in South Carolina had middle names before 1830. That's it, bro.
On documents.
On
Yes.
documentation. On documentation.
Yeah, where the documents say first name, middle name, and last name. Yes.
No, the documentation don't gotta say that. It don't gotta say that because
that
already.
was my whole.
Bro,
That was my whole.
hold on. I gotta mute you right now because you just contradicted yourself. We already agreed that a headstone, right, is a primary document, and it doesn't say first name, last name, or none of that on your fucking ancestors' headstone. So we know that not to be compatible with the debate, bro. I can just go to a headstone and that doesn't have name. You adding on these other stipulations is the Indian shuffle. The debate is whether or not Negroes had middle names before 1830. Nothing else. On documentation, bro. On documentation. Yes. Not no, it gotta say first name, middle name, last name, because a lot of those administrative records does it. Census records does it. Administrative records does it. Exactly. Death records does it. No, what I'm saying is, hold on. It ain't no exactly because they don't say first name on it neither. It doesn't say first name, last name on them documentations neither. So that makes that non and void. Exactly. No, it ain't no exactly. That makes your whole argument non and void. It ain't no exactly. Listen, what I'm saying is,
you really
makes your entire argument non and void. If none of the records say first name or last name, but you know it's a first name and last name on there, it doesn't work. Like, for instance, if you go to your genealogical record and you go look at the primary records that pop up on your leaf and you look at those documentation, it's not going to say first name, last name, where your ancestors' names is. So that's called a bullshit stipulation to run from the debate.
Damn, bro. Damn, my stipulation is bullshit.
Fuck yeah, that's bullshit. Man. That's bullshit. Because you're on. Think about it. Listen. Listen, OTK, I want you to slow down and think about what you're saying. You admitted that your ancestors' burial site and cemetery headstone is a primary document. Now I'm gonna ask you a simple question. On the headstones, does it say first name, last name on those documents? Yes or no?
No.
So why the hell do I gotta use it in the stipulations of the debate?
Hold up. You talking about the burial records? Hold up. You talking about the burial records or the headstone?
Hold on. Why do we got to use that in the debate when the primary doesn't even come with that?
My bad. I wanted to re-ask the question. Are we talking about the headstone saying first name, last name, or are we talking about like the death certificate saying first name, last name? My bad, bro.
I asked you earlier, was the headstone and the cemetery documentation? You said yes, it's a primary. That's what you said.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And I'm asking you, on the cemetery headstone where your ancestors' names is, does it say first name and last name by those?
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I answer that question right. No, it does not. It does not have those labels at the top.
Then. So your stipulation for adding it got to say first, last, and middle name is bullshit because you admitted that the damn primary don't have it.
Hold up, though.
You see how you're running from the debate?
No, bro.
Yes, you is. That's the Indian shuffle, y'all.
Hey, listen, boy, I swear to God, Bap, you one of the greatest at flim-flamming and twisting shit. I swear, bro. And I applaud you.
Tell me one thing I twist right now. Tell me one thing I twisted. Tell me one thing I twisted. I shut the hell up. Tell me one thing I twisted.
I applaud you. Dog.
Tell me one thing I twisted.
Say nothing about no headstone having no first or last name as far as in parentheses. Ain't nobody say that. I was talking about documents from the jump, bro. From 1830. I was talking about documents. That's all I was saying.
Hold on. You just contradicted yourself again. Let me prove you again. So we admit it. Me and you both agreed. Hold on. Me and you both agreed that the headstones are documents, right? Primary documents, correct?
Yes, they are, bro.
So that's what you were talking about. So when you said documents, those are included.
No,
brother.
You brought up the headstone, bro. I didn't never say nothing about headstones. You brought that up.
Brother,
I was talking about documents from the jump,
brother. I gave an example. Because there's various different types of documents.
Man, are you nervous or something with debate?
No, I just need you to understand that your no. I just need you to understand that your stipulations was a bogus bullshit, and it's a gatekeep. It doesn't fit the criteria of the debate because you're asking for. Hold on, you're asking for the document. Hold on. You said this is why we're here. Where we at? Because you try to do the Indian shuffle. So I'm about to explain it. You said that the debate documents have to say first name and last name. Yes or no? Did you say that? In middle name, right? Didn't you say that?
Right, because that was the whole debate was about middle names.
No.
Yes, it was.
I know.
Bro.
Hold on. I know that, brother, but I need you to understand what I'm asking you. You said that the documentation have to have a subsection that states first name, middle name, and last name. That's what you said, correct?
In 1830, show me one.
Oh, listen. So you said the documentations have to have those three things, correct?
I'm asking you, show me one in 1830.
No, I'm asking you, is that what you said that have to be done in the debate in order for the documents to be proven? Yes or no?
In 1830, yes.
So I got to show you documents that says subsection, first name, middle name, last name. That's why I said that that's bullshit, because me and you admitted that the graves. Listen, that's why I'm listening. That's why I'm saying it's bullshit, because me and you agreed that the damn burial site in the what they call it, goddamn shit. You made me forget the goddamn name, nigga.
You doing the FBA walk?
A headstone. Hold on, I'm not. No, I'm just trying to let you know that. I'm just trying to let you know that it doesn't make sense. You saying that any document that I show have to have those subsections, middle, first, and last. So what I'm saying is, if I was to show you a burial cert in a tombstone, which me and you agreed is a primary, it doesn't say that. So you can then say, oh, that's not valid because it doesn't say first, name, last name, and middle name.
Yeah.
You see how
So
dumb
in
that
other
shit
words,
is?
then we
So
would
that's
be
why I'm
guessing.
saying your
So we
stipulations
would
is
be
bullshit.
guessing that
That's why I
as to
said
be
that.
their middle name. I know, because you're guessing that Sarah Lee is their middle last name. You're guessing that. That's not proof. Show me
Sir,
where Lee is
are
at on a middle
there
initial in
middle
the
names on
1830,
cemeteries?
bro.
Are there middle names on cemeteries right now?
It all depends what year you're talking about, bro.
Any
Because
year, any year, any year, any year.
a lot of old tombstones, their middle initial was their original last name. It was like their maiden last
See,
name.
this is the thing. See, this is the thing that y'all might not know. That I was gonna hold you, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it out. When
I
someone
love
dies,
that.
it got to be written in legal caps a particular way. That signature in a particular way, account of death. You understand what I'm saying? So they can't just put the words out, put the names in middle spots. If their name was Sarah Lee, it'll be right next to Sarah Lee. And the middle name will be in the middle section, and the last name will be at the bottom section. That's how it worked on documentations at burials. So I don't know if you know that. So at any spot, you can easily distinguish whether somebody has a middle name or not. This is an easy word, bro. Like this is nothing. So
No,
I'm just saying, those stipulations I'm just saying, hold on, I just want to make this clear. Those stipulations that it have to say middle. Hold on, those stipulations that it gotta say middle name, last name, and first name out the window. We're not adding them weak stipulations.
So bad. Let me tell you, bro. I'm glad you didn't take this debate, and I'm glad we
talked. No, we taking the debate. We taking the debate.
No, bro.
The debate is on.
Bro,
the debate is on.
Hey, listen,
the debate is on. You know I don't want you. I don't want you to confuse the debate is on for this Saturday. I'm just saying your stipulations you try to add in is non and void. Is what I'm saying.
A milestone. This is called a foundational walk. You feel me? What my brother Bat doing right now. Hey, Bat, let me just kill you with one thing right now.
You said the nation walk?
Yeah, that's the foundational walk what he doing right now. Not the crip walk. That's the foundational walk.
yeah. Foundational walk. Right.
That's my dog. That nigga talking about doing the Indian shuffle. He doing the foundational walk.
Yeah, the Indian shuffle you did. You did the Indian shuffle.
Yeah, I heard
you gotta have that document.
I was keeping that out.
Shuffle was cold. That Indian shuffle was cold.
So listen, OTK.
No,
OTK.
Bat, hold up. Let me ask you this question real quick. Let me ask you this question. Bat. So have you seen documents where the last name was first?
On burial sites sometimes, yeah.
Whoa. Huh? Whoa. What'd you say?
On burial sites. Matter of fact, I think I said it backwards.
Hold up.
I think I said it backwards.
Kills you. That kills you right there, bro.
Well, I think I said it backwards. I think I said it backwards earlier.
Go ahead.
No, what I was saying, brother, I said I think I might have either said it backwards. So either way, either the first name, what I'm saying is a standardized format of how it's written on all cemeteries. And I don't know if I was quoting it the correct way, but I think it's your first name, then your last name, if I'm not mistaken, the way I said it. But I'm not for sure.
So now I'm asking you, have you seen documents where you use your last name first and then your first name
on some documents, on some documents.
Okay, then. So now,
like on your driver's license, I think on your driver's license, I think it states that your last name first. Hold on, let me pull my ID out and look at it right quick. Hold on. Let me see. I don't get to a point though. I don't get to a point. Yeah, so on mine, it start off with my first name on my ID. It start off with my last name, and then it says second is my first name, and then beside that is my middle name. You understand?
Your initial. So now your initial is at the end, correct?
No.
Bap, listen to what you just said, Bap.
Listen, because you slow. No, OTK, I'm starting to think you slow because I didn't say nothing about an initial. I need you to listen very clear. I said it starts off saying my last name, then it says my first name, then it says my middle name, not initials, brother.
Okay,
Name.
okay, all right. So now, if you're reading in history, it's your last name first, then your first name in the middle, and then your middle name last. So now, who is you to say what's the middle name? Let's go. See how you just killed yourself back? That's what I was trying to tell you. You
Don't
just
give a
killed
fuck.
yourself.
Listen, what I'm saying is no, you just proved my argument. So if it shows a first name and it shows what's to be a middle name, and you don't know which one is which, right? It doesn't matter. What you do know is that there is a middle name and a first name. You might not know which one is the first, which one is the middle, but nonetheless, one of them is the damn middle, nigga.
Hey, listen, Bap. I like that. That's a good one. Boy, like you tell me,
That's
boy,
fact.
you slippery
He
in the
switched up
goddamn
real
word
quick, didn't
sperm. Hey,
That's
you
fact.
slippery in the
That's
word
facts,
sperm.
That's just facts. That's just facts, though.
Hey,
That's just facts.
milestone, that
you switched up real quick.
sperm. Where,
Nigga,
yeah,
I'm saying that middle names
That's
exist.
crazy.
He's saying how you know which one is the middle name. It doesn't matter. Just know one of them is the middle name. Nonetheless, that's the point. Y'all, okay, yeah, this is gonna be bad.
No.
Yeah, this is going to be a bad beating. Sir. I hope you
Hey,
come
what's your
prepared,
middle name?
fam. I hope you come prepared, fam. That's all I got to say. I hope
Hey,
this ain't.
Bap,
Listen.
Bap.
I hope.
Hey,
Listen.
listen.
I hope. Listen, brother. I hope you saying, "Oh, we don't know if that's not a middle name or not." I hope that's not your argument, bro. I hope that's not your argument.
Come on. Bap. For real? In the last debate we had, I watched you contradict yourself and really agree with me before the debate.
I didn't
And
agree
then I
with you on
watched you
shit.
switch it up
I didn't
during the
agree with you
debate.
on shit.
And
I
now
didn't
I
agree
see
with
you
you on
really
shit. I
agreeing
didn't
with
agree
me
with you
right
on shit.
now. And I know you're gonna
I
switch it
didn't
up
agree
again.
with you on
But
nothing.
you know
I
what?
didn't
You
agree
know
with
what?
you on nothing in our debate, and I
Man, you
proved to you that this
always
is
agree
true.
with me, bro.
I never
You
agree.
always
I
agree with me.
never agree. I never agree.
Man,
Never. That's
stop
why I
it.
won the debate.
Stop it, Bap. Yeah, you
I
did
didn't
win the
agree,
debate.
bro. We had two
Yeah.
opposite opinions. There's no way I can agree and have an opposite opinion, brother. It doesn't work like that. That ain't one of them cases where two things can be right at
No.
the same time. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, yes, it can be.
No, it don't.
It's just that
No, it don't.
you trying to say it a different way, and you trying to
No,
exclude yourself from
no.
that
I never
era.
agree with you.
That's
why
what
we
it
had the
sounded
debate.
like to me, Bap.
That's why
You
we
know what I
never
mean?
agree.
No,
If I
you
have
do
a
a
debate,
bunch of
we don't
running,
agree.
but you can't run
Listen.
from me.
Hey,
Word.
OTK, if I have
You
a
can't
debate,
run
I
from me.
never agree. Just like now, we don't agree. You saying it wasn't no middle names? I'm saying it was. We're in total opposition. There's no way we can agree and two things can be right at the same time, bro.
Okay, bro. At 1830, show me it. That's all we got to do, bro. That's all you got to do.
That's the debate.
You can't equate if somebody got four names or three names that's a middle name. No, because Sarah Lou, Mary Lee, those were not middle names.
Those are middle names
No,
too.
they not,
Those
bro.
are middle names
No,
too.
they not, bro.
Those are middle
No, they
names
not.
too.
That's why I asked
Those
you
are
that
middle
question
names
earlier.
too. Those are
No,
middle
they're
names
not.
too. That's why you try to
That
say.
shit didn't
That's
become
why.
middle
That's
names
why
till
you try to. That's
1900.
why you try. No, they are middle names. That's why you try to say,
Yeah,
oh
in
well,
the
in my
1900s.
particular area in Goose Creek, they're not middle names. That's why you try to
Into
limit
the
it to your little area
1900s, bro.
because outside of that, it is considered a middle name. You can't get around it,
In
brother.
the 1900s, bro. Listen, in the 1900s, they did
There's
start
people in the
considering
chat
those
with
middle
the
names,
name
bro.
Lee. Hold on. There's people in the chat with the name Lee and Ann right now that watch this channel that says that that's their middle name.
Yes, today, bro. Yes, that started in the
Niggas,
1900s.
a lot of these names,
We
brother.
talking about
I don't know if you know this or not.
though.
I don't know if you know this or not, but the women in most families pass down maternal names, brother. They're passed down.
And they also get paternal names too. They get both
Yeah, I know
sometimes.
they do. I know they do. I know they do, brother. And we know. That's how we know that those middle names today was middle names back then. They're passed down.
Hey, listen.
This is cultural. See, this cultural. See, this cultural now.
Hey man, next Saturday, bro.
Next Saturday, brother.
Like first round back, like
Yeah.
shit.
Matter of fact, all we need is one round. All I gotta do is show
That's
you
it.
one nigga with a middle name in South
No, you
Carolina.
gotta show me a document.
Yeah, documentation. Some documentation.
Yeah, a document that say that's their
What's
middle name.
considered a document to you?
What do you
Before we
mean?
move on, because you trying to play the shuffle.
Military,
Look, watch this, y'all. Watch this.
military,
Watch it.
government, birth certificate, death records. All that's considered like a primary because that's about that person, bro.
Okay.
That's literally about them. So those things like that are that's what I'm talking about with documents. Like you're
Right.
not
So
gonna
like
see that on
so
those
like
documents.
genealogy, so like online archive genealogy records and shit like that, right?
What happened now?
Like online archive genealogical records and things like that, right?
Oh, I mean, if you can find them, man. I mean, if you can find a primary out of that, hey, so be it. You know what I mean?
Well, as long as I find the source, though, right?
From the 1830s in South Carolina, yes.
Right. It could be a primary,
And
like a
I'm
head.
doing,
Hold
and you
on.
know what? I'm
Hold
really
on.
putting
It could
myself
be.
out there
It could.
with doing the
It could
whole
be.
South Carolina, bro. But everything
What
good.
I'm saying is, listen. I just want to make sure we're clear. It could be a primary, like a burial headstone, which is directly what those people wanted on
No,
that particular.
as far as
Hold
our
on.
debate,
I'm just trying to make sure I'm
headstone
clear.
would not be a primary though.
So hold on.
With our debate.
Hold on. So now you're switching up and saying that
No.
a headstone is not a primary document.
No, a headstone is a primary document, but a headstone would not be a primary document in this debate when we're talking about documents.
Why wouldn't
that
it?
say
When we're talking
first
about,
name, middle name, because we're talking about
Y'all,
documents that have
hold on. You
first
gotta
name,
make this
middle
make.
name, and
Hold
last
on.
name, bro.
You gotta make this make sense. A birth headstone is connected directly to that person. And hold on. And that tombstone has the name, full name of that person. Not only that, it has the day he was born and the day he passed away. And you also agree that it's a primary source document. My bad, a primary document, but it's not a primary document in our debate. Bullshit. Because listen, I already agreed.
It is a primary document.
Okay, then that's all I need to know. You can't say it's not a primary document in our debate, though.
Bro. All right, bro. It's not a primary document in
any
our debate.
Any government records.
Will be
Listen,
documents, bro.
Any government records will be considered secondary sources to me.
Well, how?
Because it didn't
you got the death certificate, if you got the death certificate of that person,
because the person that the name is connected to didn't type it or write it or authorize those names. We can't verify that, but we know the birth. We know the tombstone for sure is what goes on those people's documents. It's in a will. It's like written. Most stuff that goes on a tombstone is written and handwritten by that person in a will. It comes from a handwritten document.
Yeah, I got you. But back, if I interview you, bro, and I'm asking you questions and you give me your account of that, and I turn around and I say the same things what you said, is that not primary?
I don't know what you're talking about. You gotta give me an example. So, for instance, if you ask me, if somebody asking you, hey man, prove to me that your great granddaddy was such and such, and you go to your ancestral burial site and you show them the tombstone, that's not considered a primary? Is that what you're saying?
It all depends what you're asking. Now,
if you're saying my uncle name is Mark
but it
If
all
you're saying that
depends.
my name, if you're saying
Yeah.
that your great granddaddy in 1830s name is Mark Calvin Johnson, and you got the documents on the
How you
online
doing?
archive, he like, well, shit, how I know that's real? And you go straight to your burial site where your family is, and you show them them names right there. Is that
Mhm.
considered primary documents?
Yeah, that would be primary for your
Okay,
lineage.
that's
Yeah,
all
that
I'm
would be
saying.
primary. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
but that's not primary as far as our debate as far as first
Yes, it
name, middle
is,
name,
because
and
our
last
debate
name.
is,
No, it's not, bro.
yeah, because our debate is whether or not people in
Oh,
South Carolina had middle names in
no,
1830 on
no,
on documentation. Tombstones are
right.
documentation.
With
So
a
this is very
documentation
valid,
is
sir.
saying first name, middle name, and last name. Yes, on
No,
those
I said
documentation. Show me that.
we're not adding in them stipulations. We're not added in them.
That was my original premise, bro. If you
No,
don't
it was
understand, that was my original thing. Yes, it was, bro. I was talking about documents. I was like, man, back 1830 ain't been no
tombstones are
documents with no
documents,
middle.
fool. We already agreed on
No,
that. Why you keep saying you're
no,
talking about
no,
documents as if
no,
tombstones is not documents?
no. A tombstone is not a document, like paper document, bro. No, it's not. It's
Oh,
two
well, you
different
gotta
things.
say paper. You gotta say paper document,
Boy,
and I'm
you
not
doing that
accepting that because that
goddamn
limited.
boy,
Hold on, I'm
boy,
not accepting.
you doing that
Listen,
foundational
listen,
goddamn step right
listen,
now.
listen. What I'm saying
Go
is,
ahead,
I'm not accepting that because that puts
step.
that puts stipulations and limitations on the debate range.
All right, then. So that was my
Yeah.
original premise. So now
That,
you're stepping.
why
You're running
why
now.
won't you accept
You
the debate
now
without
you're
that?
running now.
Hold on.
What
Why
you
won't you
mean? That
accept
was
the
my
debate without that? Why won't you accept the debate
because
without that? Because
I
earlier you
didn't say
wasn't
nothing.
talking
I
about.
said that
Hold on. Because if you'd have said, "Oh, it got to be paper documents," I would have never accepted. I said, "Oh, you running then?" From the gate,
I
I would
said
say.
document, but you missed you had another
And hold
understanding of
on,
what
and hold on, and
documents
hold on,
was. So
and
I
hold on.
respect that. I
And hold
respect
on,
that.
and
So
hold on, and
that might be an error on my
and
part.
right after you said documents, I said, hold on, let's make sure we're on the same page. Is tombstones document? I asked, is it a
No,
document?
you said
Hold
tombstones are
on, brother.
primaries.
No, I didn't ask, was it a primary? I said, it's a
Yeah, you did,
tombstone. No, I didn't. Well, how much you want to bet that I didn't say that at first? How much you want to bet?
man. God damn, man.
How much you want to bet? I can don't you ain't gonna make up and say I said it and I didn't. How much you want to bet? I bet 10.
Um, damn,
I bet 10. If
boy,
I'm
back.
wrong, I'll send
Hey,
it to you
back,
right now.
back. I just want you to know, dog.
No,
You know
no,
what
no,
I
no, no,
mean?
no, no. We're
You
not gonna allow you to
almost
run,
had
bro.
me.
Hold on.
You
Hold
all
on. We're not gonna
no,
allow you
you
to run.
almost
We're not
had me,
hold
and
on.
you
We're
had
not
people
gonna
thinking
allow
I was
hold on.
running. But
We're
now
not gonna
we
allow
really
you
see
to
that
run.
you're doing the
Everybody in here that's in here
foundational
listening,
step.
you heard it. I asked you, I said, is a tombstone a document? You said
No, you
yes.
said it's in a
Hold on.
primary source, bro.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
You asked me that later on, dog. But the
Okay,
first
no.
time you asked me about a tombstone, it
So
was
you don't want to bet.
primary.
So you don't want to bet. So I know you're just making it up. So now, listen. This is exactly what I said to you,
No,
word for
because you
word.
did say
Hold
that,
on,
but
I'm
you
about to
said that
tell you. Hold
later
on,
on, bro.
OTK. I'm about to tell you. If you want to bet, we can bet, and I give you the
Boy,
money.
you
You can bet whatever you want
panicking.
to bet. Listen, what I'm saying is, I asked you, is a tombstone, and even Milestone's thoughts on her. He can be a real nigga and tell you that's exactly what I said. He probably gonna stay quiet. So listen. I asked you, was a tombstone a document? You said, yes, it's the primary document. You said it's the
No,
primary document.
you asked me, was it a primary? And I
No,
said,
I
yes,
didn't, bro.
bro. You
No, I
didn't never
didn't.
mention document
No, I
until
didn't.
later
No, I
on. That's
didn't. Do
why
you
I
want
said,
to bet?
yeah,
Do you
you
want
did
to bet?
say document, but
Do
it
you
was
want to
later
bet?
on,
I
bro.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I
When
didn't
you
say that.
first asked me the question about that tombstone, bro, you asked me, was it
I
a
didn't
primary? And
say
I
that,
said,
bro. I
yes.
didn't say that. I didn't say
Well,
that.
rewind it back, then, back. Rewind it back, bro. Rewind it back, man. Fuck it.
Do you want to
Rewind it
bet?
back, man.
I'm not running it
Man,
back for
god
nothing. I
damn.
know what I
Well, give me
said. Do
my
you want to bet?
Give me my $10 back. Yeah, fuck
All right.
it.
Let's
Send
go.
my $10 back.
All right, I got
Fuck
you.
it.
You know I'm gonna send it.
Yeah.
Hold
Your
on.
first original question you asked me, was that a primary, not a document, bro? That's why I agreed. And I say yes. Hey man, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the people listening, man. Hey, shout out to Bap. You know what I mean? My dog, man. You know what I mean? Good fun, man.
Hold on, I'm about to play it right now.
Kind of triggered right now, but everything good, man. Bap cursed me out. Bap don't never get out of his element and curse nobody out. But he done cursed me today and everything. Everything good, man.
All right, here we go. I'm about to play it right now. Here we go.
Good.
Now I don't know if this is what we said. I'm going back to the beginning.
Okay. All right. No. Go ahead. I'll wait.
1830s at least. It doesn't matter. Our debate start between 1830 and before that. I don't give a damn when. That's not the debate. You're moving the goalposts. I don't give a damn.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not, bro. That's the debate. That's what I was saying.
No, it's not the
What did
debate,
it come
bro.
up and say, bro? What
The
did it come up
debate,
and say,
the debate
Be
is
honest, Bap.
whether or
What did
not.
it say?
Hold
What
on, I
year
need.
did it say,
Hold
Bap?
on. I need you to
1900s?
stop doing the Indian shuffle because you're trying to run. Listen, the debate is whether or not people, black people, Negroes in South Carolina had middle names before 1830. That's it, bro.
On documents. On
On
documents.
documentation. On
Yeah,
documentation.
with and the documents say first name.
Say that because
That
already.
was my whole.
Bro,
that was my whole.
hold on. I gotta mute you right now because you just contradicted yourself. We already agreed that a headstone, right, is a primary document. Hold on, let's run it back. All I gotta do is show you one, nigga.
First name, middle name, and names. Now you can't say that. Like you look at somebody's name and say, "Oh,
hold on."
If you accept it, I accept
OTK.
it.
OTK.
If you accept it, I accept
hold
it.
on, OTK. Let's make it clear. You made the claim.
Huckleberry.
Hold on. You made the claim. I
Yes.
challenged you. You said, "Hold up." This last time. Oh, nigga, it's on. When you want to serve that?
Yeah.
It is that there were no people
Not
with
South
middle.
Carolina.
Doing that. I'm not doing that. Entire South Carolina or administration.
Restructure.
I can go back to the video where you made the claim. No, gotta play the clip.
I wouldn't
Don't lie.
listen. Milestone. I said,
It wasn't
bro,
limited to Berkeley County.
You wouldn't see a 18.
What happened?
That's what I said in the broader area first. People, you gotta know 18. Show me, bro.
Brother, next
it.
week you're going. You're accepting.
You fail to prove me, and bro, do that for you in a different than what I.
I don't want to be limited. I don't want to be limited. I want to make sure I show you a bunch of certain names, nigga.
Yeah, that'll be dope. But check this out. Check this out. A couple of times, you know what I'm saying? He tried to get you know saying.
Yo,
it really ain't
too easy. Listen, you know all I gotta do is yes, I do. Hold on.
Just like saying it.
Don't run, bro. Nobody, not names. Okay.
Yeah, or documented no Carolina. Yes.
No, it not.
We talking about.
It could be on a rock. It could be etched on a rock, bro. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Before I move forward. Here we go, right here.
One thing about you.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
You like to sway.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before I go, just so we can verify this. Do you consider your ancestors' burial sites and their headstones actual documentation?
Yes.
See, I didn't say nothing about no primary, fam.
Yeah, but it's not the documentation on paperwork.
Yeah, but that ain't what we were telling this back.
It has something written
hold
on
on,
it, bro.
OTK.
Come on, Bap. I'm not that slow, bro.
OTK,
Stop, Bap.
you just said.
Stop, Bap.
OTK,
Bap.
you just said. OTK, you just admitted that I said that I brought up tombstones as a primary. I never said nothing about tombstones being a primary. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let it play because
Yeah,
you
you
said
did
it.
ask me that.
Okay,
Yes, you
first.
did.
No, I didn't. Let's run it back again.
You
Ask
like
you
the,
this.
you like the
Hold
sweat.
on. Let's run it back because this is my first time asking you. Ask you this before I move forward.
One
Do
thing
you
about
can
you,
hold
I
on? Let
noticed
me
you
ask
like
you this.
you like the sway.
Hold on.
You
Let
like
me
to
ask
sway
you
your
this.
audience
Let me
for the debate.
let me
Yeah.
ask you this. Let me ask you this before I go, just so we can verify this. Do you consider your ancestors' burial sites and their headstones actual documentation?
Yes.
So where did I say primary? So I'm gonna let it play again to let you see that you brought it up. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we're good.
That's primary. That's a primary.
Right,
Bro.
and then
What-
you
That's
started
a
saying that.
prime. I didn't say that. You said that.
Go ahead. Let it go. Let it go.
Hold on, let's run it back.
Once
Hold
I
on, let's
say
run it back.
primary, let it go.
I didn't say primary first. You said it.
Oh, we weren't talking about who said it first, bro.
Yes, we did. Yes. So hold
Oh
on.
my God. Bam. We was talking about the headstone. You saying the headstone being the primary. You agreed with it. Come on, bro. It's not about who said it first. I didn't know that was the debate.
Milestone thoughts. Tell them the truth, bro.
Damn.
You've been on here listening. You've been on here listening, bro. You just said that you told me, you said OTK, you said you brought up tombstones being a primary. I said I didn't say that. You brought it up being a primary. I said it's just a documentation. You said no. You said it's a primary. I said I didn't. I said, do you want to pull the tape back? This is why we're here right now. You just made that up, bro.
Listen,
do we gotta hold on? Do I gotta go? Hold on.
No, listen. Hey, listen, Bat, you good?
No,
hey, bro,
no.
I like
I'm
how
about
you
to
do.
leave it right
Hey,
there.
listen, you's a shifty dude.
No,
I like how you shift.
No,
you
watch
know
this.
what I mean?
No, I'm gonna leave that. Listen, I'm gonna leave that right there.
Keep playing it. When you said it's a primary too.
Now look, this is the bet. Hold on, this is the bet. Because I kept asking you, did you want to bet? So I'm gonna leave that clip right there, and I'm gonna go to what we had to run back for, since you keep capping. Now you're capping. Hold on. And hold on. And before right after you said documents, I said, hold on, let's make sure we're on the same page. Is tombstones document? I asked, is it a document?
No, you said tombstones are primaries.
See, you're telling me that I said that tombstones are primaries. I didn't say that. So I asked you, did you want to bet that? And I just ran it back, and I never said nothing about no primaries, bro. You got to admit when you're wrong, brother. That's 2 of them times that you was wrong. And I'm playing the playback. The tape don't lie. The tape don't lie. So look, let's finish listening. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Is tombstones document? I asked, is it a document?
No, you said tombstones are primaries.
Brother. No, I didn't ask, was it a primary? I said it's a tombstone.
Yeah,
no, I didn't. How much you want to bet that I didn't say that at first? How much you want to bet?
Man.
I didn't say that at first. Listen, no, I didn't. How much you want to bet that I didn't say that at first? How much you want to bet?
Man, God damn, man.
How much you want to bet? You ain't gonna make up and say I said it and I didn't. How much you want to bet? I bet 10.
Damn.
I bet 10.
Boy,
if I'm wrong, I'll sit to you right now.
Bat, I just want you to know, dog.
See? That's what I'm saying, OTK. You got to admit when you wrong, brother. And now let's go back to the other clip, to where I didn't say nothing about no primary. Let's run it back. Hold on. Let's go. It could be etched on a rock. It could be etched on a rock, bro. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Before I move forward.
One thing about you.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before I go, just so we can verify this. Do you consider your ancestors' burial sites and their headstones actual documentation?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we're good.
That's primary.
You said it's a primary first. I didn't say it.
I didn't know that was the thing about who said it first. But keep on going. Let it play.
What you listening for now? That's
You
another
never
10.
said primary.
Run me my money.
What
Oh,
the
I
hell?
got nothing but primaries for you, dude. See, after you said it's a primary, I said, well, I got nothing but primaries for you, dude. After you said it. And like I said, let's go back to the initial bet. Why we ran that back? Let's go to that again. Let's go to why we ran it back. Hold on. No. We're not going to allow you to run, bro. Hold on. We're not going to allow you to run. I said it's a tombstone, a document. You said
No,
yes.
you said it's in a primary source, bro.
How much? See? You see? You see? It's right there. Let's run it back again. That's in here listening, you heard it. I asked you, I said it's a tombstone, a document. You said
no,
yes.
You said it's in a primary source, bro.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
You
just run me that. I can't help that I got a recording memory where I remember shit almost verbatim. I can't help it.
ask me that later on, dog.
Okay.
But the first time you asked me about a tombstone, it was primary.
So you don't want to bet. So I know you're just making it up. So now, listen, this is exactly what I said to you.
No, because you did say that, but
I'm about to tell you. Hold on, OTK. I'm about to tell you. If you want to bet, we can bet. And I give you the money.
Well, you
can bet. You want to bet. Listen, what I'm saying is, I asked you, is a tombstone, and even Milestone's thoughts on her. He can be a real nigga and tell you that's exactly what I said. He probably gonna stay quiet. So listen, I asked you, was a tombstone a document? You said, yes, it's the primary document. You said, and I'm quoting you verbatim, bro. So go ahead and admit when you're wrong, brother. You a good brother. You always do.
So are y'all doing a debate or not?
Yeah, the debate is Saturday. That's already locked in.
Okay. Oh, y'all just having the back and forth.
OTK, man. He always a man of his word. That's my boy. That's why I don't bet nobody.
My bad. I was silent because I was sending that cash app over.
No, I know.
So you must have been having the back and forth.
You got me. Hey, listen, back. Boy, you were swift when you said that first shit. I didn't even catch that first. You said it first. I ain't even catch that. Boy, you's a swift dude, bro. You's a swift dude.
No, I kept telling you that I didn't say it initially. You said it. You kept saying you said no. Hold on. Then you said no. You said it. I'm like, no, you said it.
Right. I didn't catch that initial part, man. You know what I mean?
Milestone's hurt. You sitting up eating boogers, being quiet, nigga. You know I got a recording memory.
But see, Milestone don't have to jump in for me, bro, because I can admit if I'm wrong. Yeah. He could have saved me from from having to look for that if he heard you. You see what I'm saying?
I could have saved you. Now you need a lifeline.
Well, I didn't want to have to go find the actual recording of him saying it if me and you both agreed that we heard him. You see what I'm saying?
Right. In a way.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I did say it first. I didn't know it was about who said it first thing. You know what I mean? I thought it was about who said it.
All good.
That
so
you
we
said that it was a primary too. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, after you said it was a primary, I'm like, I agree. It is. Fuck it. It is. Fuck it. If you say it is, it is.
Okay, all right. Bet. So I that first part, I didn't catch that. You slide that in on me, man. You're swift, boy. You're swift.
Chill out.
But hey, when I lose, I lose. when I lose,
bro, I'm straight up. I'm straight as an arrow.
Just kick the money out. Fuck all the talking. Just kick the money out.
Hey, if I was wrong, I would have did the same thing though. If I was wrong, I would have did the same thing.
Hey, I'm going with Smoke Signal.
I didn't catch the first one.
I'm going with Smoke Signal Handle right now. Smoke Signal Handle.